Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. Hello, 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 everybody. Let's see if this works. Oh gosh. The shorts stream, which is not live yet, is definitely, the camera is definitely not the way it's supposed to be. Hi guys. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. We're gonna have two streams today, I hope. I hope it works out well. I'm trying to set it up to where short streaming works again. But hello Tips, hello Danny. How y'all doing? The thumbnail needs to chill. I feel like the thumbnail is gonna get even crazier and crazier. You and your sister have been playing Coffin of Andy and Lele. I've heard about that game. I've never played it. I heard it's pretty crazy. I heard it's pretty crazy. This game is probably going to be crazy too. This game, if you didn't know, we are playing a game today called Sister Other Paranoia. And this game is a game made by the same developer who made Needy Streamer Overload. So if you know that game and how freaking insane it gets, you're going to have an idea of how this game goes. Now, I am too real fast. I'm going to see if I can make this work. I'm going to see if I can make this work. If I do that and hit OK, that might break the chat. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. I know, that's so funny. Hold on. Let's try this again. I'm trying something. Does this work? Maybe. Did it work? I'm trying to set it up to where I don't know if it worked or not. That's the problem. I'm trying to set it up to you played Love Love School Days? Heck yeah. This is a fun little game. To where you can see both chats at the same time. Oh, it's working. Yeah, there you go. It's a little different. It's going to come down from the top now, but you should be able to see both Shorts chat and normal chat now in this, which Shorts chat's not going. Let's go ahead and start the short stream. Okay, I believe the short stream is also going now. We'll have to wait and see if it does. I hope it does. I hope it worked. We'll see. But how are y'all doing, guys? We started earlier than normal, a good chunk earlier than I was going to normally start because I just wanted to play it. Now, this is not a crazy long game. It's only about 3 to 4 hours long, apparently, but it does have multiple endings. And so I'm excited to to really see them. Okay, it looks like it worked. Let's take a peek and make sure that it's actually like, you know, working. It's actually working. Let's see. Oh, I think it is. It looks like it's good. Okay, we're good. You're doing good, man. I'm glad you're doing good. You're leaving the... I didn't know that community was still a thing, if I'm going to be real honest. If I'm going to be real honest, I didn't know it was still a thing. I know that game's been kind of like not much happening with it. Let's go over to the game, which cannot be... There it is. There it is, everybody. Awesome. So I managed to get it to where I can see both the short stream chat, I think, and the main chat at once. And if this continues working well, I might start putting the chat on the screen. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, welcome to Sister Other Paranoia. This is a game created by the same developer of Needy Streamer Overload. So I'm just going to warn you now, it's going to be very dark. It's going to be very dark. So we'll see. Pretty much from what I know, the game is about, we are this guy. We're this guy right here. Also, interesting. Wait, what happened? Wait, I didn't want to start. What? What's going on? I didn't mean to start. Hold on, we're gonna... Whoop. I somehow went to the wrong thing. I'm gonna reset that real fast. I'd rather make thumbnails of you. Maybe. What's the thumbnail for? Let's restart that. Because I don't know if I started something weird, or if that's the actual start of the game. That's weird. Okay, let's try this again. Also, chat does go away if I click off of it, which is unfortunate, but whatever. Okay, apparently something happens if you just touch... Yeah, no, that's interesting. If we just... Like right here, just on top of her head. If you touch her, something different happens. We'll do that second. Let's start a new game and get through the game first, and then we'll see the head patterner, which is really interesting. Okay, let's do a new game. Or maybe just touching her automatically starts a new game? No, that is two completely different things. What? Okay, that's already super weird. Human relationships are complex and mysterious. Even a guy like me occasionally gets approached by someone. Someone like him, just some random boy from my class, but he clearly had something going on to strike up a conversation with a misfit like me, someone much lower in the social pecking order. I can see right through people. It's like their emotions speak directly to me. The guy started up an ordinary conversation saying that he just wanted to be friends, that we should hang out, submitting to social mores. Only occasionally letting our true feelings slip is what enables people to coexist in society. Behind his words, I hear a buzz of anxiety. I gathered he's been ostracized from his friend group for some reason. When shunned by the pack, humans, just like any other animals, take it as a shocking blow. The guy wanted to prove to himself that he still had social value, but his pride prevented him from finding someone to talk to. So he honed in on me, telling himself that he was simply being a good guy, talking to a poor, friendless kid. Part of him knew all along that he was using me as a distraction. I'm not saying that he was a bad guy, really. On the inside, we're all shades of gray. He had both good and bad in him, and when you get right down to it, he seemed to be genuinely trying to make friends. So I invited him over to my place. Quite the honor, I must say. It's rare for me to allow anyone in my room. There in my room, he was just like any other normal teenager. You got a bunch of weird games, huh? You're into reading and stuff, not really my thing. Who do you think the hottest girl in this group? We build trust through meaningless conversations, shallow interactions, and by shallow interactions. He dispelled his anxiety, used me to try to reclaim his self-worth. So far, so good. I have a younger sister, Sahana. She is a gifted child, and being my sister, she is very important to me. Like me, she has social anxiety, and she dislikes people. She couldn't cope with elementary school, so she stopped going. I'm not surprised. She was too smart for it anyway. Susanna came into my room, though she was startled to see my visitor. She put on a brave face for my sake and made an effort to join in the conversation. He wasn't a bad guy, but I guess he tended to just say whatever popped into his head. You should go back to school. You can't both be gloomy shut-ins. You'd have so much more fun out there. Sahana faltered beneath the barrage of platitudes, so nauseating it could make you hurl, so she burst into tears. She couldn't cope with the disaster that struck in her own home, which, unlike the classroom, was supposed to be a safe space. The stupid thing... Okay, audio already a creepy weird eye. There you go, guys. The stupid things he said, the tears sliding down Sahana's pale cheeks, it all set my nerves dancing on a knife's edge. Adrenaline surged and my mind focused. Turns out when I read someone's emotions in such a state, I can see even more than usual. Until that moment, I hadn't realized that my sensitivities pushed into abnormal territory, making me an aberration in the society where keeping up with appearances is everything. What I said to him was simple and obvious. But seeing the flow of his emotions so clearly, I wielded my words like a scalpel, slicing away his self-delusions. Oh, gosh, okay. You picked me because you wanted to escape from the fact that your friends ostracized you, didn't you? Oh, it's choices. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, choices. We cannot save. Though you schemed your way into the inner circle, you found some scraps to claim, but then it all fell apart and now you're screwed, huh? The one under me says, let me move me. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Let me move me. You struggle to hide the fact that all you want is to be popular. You act tough and fake that smile, but you have no confidence in your own abilities or appearance. I bet your inferior complex is what caused your friends to ditch you. Dang, we're just being freaking gruesome and mean. Which one should we pick? Let's do this one. Oh, we have to say all of them. His eyes rolled back into his skull. When he tried to form a reply, it came out a canine growl. Meanwhile, in contrast to the harsh sounds, he trembled like a scared puppy. His face flushed crimson with rage, and overcome by emotion with no release, he slapped at his thighs, his maelstrom of emotion spilling out in pained groans. I guess that's just what happens when the softest parts of a person's mind are sliced open. You're a sneaky, disgusting piece of shit. Then he jumped out of my bedroom window. How high up is your bed? Oh, that sounded pretty high up. There was a dull, wet thud that I wish Sahana didn't have to hear. He didn't die, but they expect he'll never fully heal from the injuries. He didn't die. Okay, yeah. Well, he looks a little painful. The school decided that he must have been horsing around. He got carried away and fell out of the window. It never occurred to them that I could have talked him into it. I'd always been a loner, so when my class shunned me after, nothing really changed. Life is suffering anyways. Sahana simply wrapped her arms around my head and stroked my hair. It's okay. You're okay, Oni-chan. I can make people kill themselves if I want. I can commit murder without suspicion. At some point, I stopped leaving my room, choosing to stay shut away with Sahana instead. Time flowed, leaving us behind. Hello! Hi, how you doing? We just caused a guy to jump out a window. This is gonna be a dark game, just forewarned. Well, how you doing, Moonscar? Okay, I didn't expect real life stuff. This game is called Sister Other Paranoia. It's a psychological horror visual novel made by the same developer of Needy Streamer Overload, if you've seen that, or Needy Girl Overdose. The real life stuff is weird. There's no sound right now. I'm glad you're doing good. Oh. Well, okay then. I'm a sick man. Who do I think I am? Does Scotchv? I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry, guys. You sub? Thank you. Welcome to the channel. I like playing spooky games. and sometimes other weird random games, but mostly spooky games. Glad to have you. Everyone's sick in this day and age. They're all slaves to social media, like pinning their missives in the giant underground of the internet. Not that the real world is any better. I just has both the online and the off. You made one on Discord, so maybe you can... I'll check it out after the stream. I hate it. I think he hates it, guys. I think he hates it. It's mentally draining to be so negative all the time. Time to think about something a little more constructive. Shall we put on a little background music? Music can influence your mood, you know? I do have a sophisticated side as well. A cultured appreciation of the arts. Here we go, guys. By the way, do you know what a panopticon is? Panopticon? That's panopticon. It comes from the Greek word panoptes, which means all-seeing. That probably doesn't help much, huh? Imagine you're building a facility for segregating prisoners from society. You stick the warden's watchtower right in the middle, then arrange the cells around in a circle. Then ensure the prisoners can't see into the tower. This makes them paranoid that they're being watched 24/7. You have to go? Well, thanks for hanging out for a bit. You have a great one. Now, because the cells are arranged in a circle, the prisoners can all watch each other, you see? Thus, they'll all monitor each other, ensuring no one is receiving special treatment or finding some way to get ahead. It's quite a devilish invention. Social media has been called a modern-day panopticon. Everyone's watching to make sure other people aren't getting too full of themselves. At the moment anyone makes a misstep, they're roasted to hell and back. When any nail dares to stick out, the whole world descends to hammer them down. We're in a prison, see? It's grotesque. Both the real world and the online are prisons built from human relationships. I'm sensitive to people's emotions. I don't know why, but I can practically read minds. Though it doesn't really work over the internet, I'm just an armchair theorizing here. Since I base my inferences on the same kind of information I can usually gather in person, I'm pretty confident in my analyses. Let's take a look around this prison. The artist posting cutesy drawings, the expert breaking down online drama, the anime profile picture who butts into relationship issues, the corporate Joan posting his minor daily grievances, the guy posting selfies who thinks he's got riz. Let's look at them all, guys. Let's do the artist first. Oh yeah, she's fishing for guys. Like it could be any more obvious. This cute shit is all a facade with nothing substantial behind it. You can tell by how shallow her sense of self is. When you get down to the details, reading minds is pretty unimpressive. It's similar to social mechanism. You'll see if you look for her private or sub accounts. Most of her followers are men. She doesn't act like it's a 50-50 split, but you'll see that her male follower rate is strangely high, especially given how she presents her main account. Her need to present a superficial sheen of cuteness is a result of the pressure of the panopticon. It is like the final compromise reached to prevent anyone from getting ahead. If people got wind of her thirst for male attention, the haters would come down on her like a pack of wolves. The female prisoners are all superstitiously peeking into one another's cells, you see. It's an unbreakable bond in a sense. Interesting. The expert breaking down online drama. These people are everywhere. I know at least one in my social circle who fits this description. There be proverbial frog in a well. Though unfortunately, unlike the frog's perspective, the unpleasant gravity of the gravity well of social media is vast indeed. I wonder, does the self-important frog not even attempt to make a jump for the outer world because it is happy reigning over its vast little kingdom in the well? It is more effective to survive on slimy bugs at the bottom of a deep, dark well than to suffer under the law of the jungle in the unpredictable, unknown world outside. If we're talking meaning, there is none. Like the nighttime croaking of the frogs, they speak on things they know nothing about. Ribbit, ribbit. They're loud enough that you can't quite ignore them, but they have little other effect other than positive or negative, though perhaps they call their friends to them. Ribbit, ribbit. Usually it's the male frogs that are the accomplished singers, and the females, captivated by the sound, are drawn to them. But as for the human frogs, well, you've heard them. Still keep denying the meaningless, and eventually everything becomes meaningful. I mean, even the frog in the well can provide some kind of distraction. It's not for me, but I guess some people live like that. And my profile pic who butts into relationship issues. They don't give a shit about the actual problem. All these people really want to do is either trauma dump or self-abandon, or both at once. They blame the opposite sex, or sometimes supposedly weaker members of their own sex, for the past trauma and their warped sense of self that comes from feeling ignored. Everyone's too afraid to address their own sins, and even if they wanted to, it's already too late. So they try to avoid taking responsibility for their own lives. Wow, you've got a tough road to hoe. Imagine if someone ever told them that's life, full stop. They'd be effed. They spend their whole lives looking around the prison, talking, oh, we can save. It's up top. Okay, good. Taking joy in other people's failures, swooping in to take the head off anyone who lets down their guard, then displaying it among the rest of their trophies. Bunch of revolutionary addicts. Nothing satiates the masses like the moment the guillotine comes down on the neck of some self-important asshole. What's better than being happy? Seeing someone who you hate being miserable. They call it, oh gosh, Schadenfreude? And as sweet as honey to this type. Schadenfreude? I don't know. But living on honey alone may be its own kind of suffering. Discard the concept of I cannot speak today, guys. Impropriety. Okay, forget it. I just can't speak today. And you too can forge a route to your own happiness. These people are marathon runners, no, triathletes, who have set out sprinting across the vast ocean of the internet towards an instinctual source of pleasure. And between their gasps for air, sometimes the truth will slip out. A quiet plea, save me. The corporate drone posting his minor daily grievances. This one's lost the will to even attempt to cry for help. No one's life is dominated by such bland, inoffensive content. If he was truly fulfilled, he wouldn't feel the need to look online, or he'd post more openly about his accomplishments and relationships. But he doesn't even have it in him to reveal the depressing realities of his life. I mean, it's pretty pathetic to see a grown adult constantly complaining. And what's the point in sending out a distress signal when it'll only make people dislike you? Headline tweets are his only resistance against this modern condition of slow domestication and the march towards death. The few responses from old online acquaintances are his lifeline. I suppose that, in a sense, he's making the most of what social media has to offer. Such connections are gossamer thin, faint as spider silk, yet the tangible truth of connecting with someone out there in the wide world, for better or for worse, can't be all bad. You think I'm no different? Constantly complaining? Fine by me. It's an author's job to rant and rave about the world. I'm working, laboring in the stinking, rotten, ugly world. I'm actually doing a kindness by critiquing the drivel these people spew. Wow, look at all these likes he gets for photos of himself. His hair dyed a crazy color. You think he's trying to draw attention with it, right? Wrong. It's a warning color. It's there to scare people off. I can forgive you for thinking he has the opposite intention. I mean, look at the numbers he's getting. You might consider him an attention seeker, and that's part of it. But it's really about selection. He sent out a message. Hey, I'm someone to keep your distance from. I only want to associate with people who really get me. Someone with more confidence, who's comfortable in any company. Wouldn't really go all the way to look so garish. He's just repainting his head in the color of the moment. Look, the poems he posts with the pics are so cringe. There's no art in his lifestyle. He's just desperate to convert his youth into money and cut it before it runs out. That's why he only seeks out similar-minded men who live in the moment and with vapid women who flock to his fleeting star. He offers up this period of his life where one youth alone confers the value of devilish, hello Eli, of the devil of lookism. And how will he get out of that? Bargain? Every day is riddled with anxiety and the fear of aging. But it's not like he can do anything about it, so he shoves it deep down and carries on. This temporary popularity is his escapism, which makes it all the harder to break free from. Wow, we're just ripping these people apart. We're just ripping them apart, guys. This is how I live, spouting off these prejudices, cursing the world alone day after day. Fancying myself a modern-day Zazvosky, I moved with the times and wrote a light novel. I did work hard on it to tell a meaningful existential story throughout the heroine's character arcs. You just got home? Well, glad you're home, man. I just started. You haven't missed much. Do you know what existentialism is? It's a major theme in Russian literature. Here's my own personal interpretation of it. God is the supreme being we should all believe in, but I am a human being. I too have an ego. I think that's basically what Dostoevsky was saying. I'm a literature major, after all, not that I go to class anymore. I mean, I can't. I became a commercial light novel author, earning my living from writing at the tender age of 19. Impressive, no? Though I've only published one book so far, my book is called The Emotional Panopticon, which I think is a pretty slick title. Go ahead, pick it up if you come across it in the bookstore. It won a prize and everything, but they didn't print many first editions, so a physical copy is a rare find. The other members of my literature club, Literature club in novels is never a good thing, guys. The other members of my literature club acted as though a hero had emerged from our ranks. The reality is that my book was shoved on a shelf to hype it up, but sales are non-existent. It's all about what I do next. Still, I claim my seat at the table, and that's got to make those still staining green with envy. There are even a few dickheads in the club who talk shit about me, not that I care. The online reaction has been polarized. It's either self-appointed critics who get off on thrashing the newcomers, or pretentious show-offs who heap praises on any work that shows the slightest ambition. Neither can be trusted. A few readers, though, went so far as to write the editor with their thoughts. To tell the truth, these are the people who I feel the need to write the sequel. Light novels live and die on their series potential, and you're basically shit out of luck without an anime adaptation. But the thing is, I've developed writer's block. The envy of my fellow literature club members is too much. It made me disgusted with people. And since I'm officially an author now, I've got all kinds of people kissing my ass online. People care way too much about status, while faith and literacy God wears thin. Which brings me to existentialism. As much as I want to make my offerings to the gods of the art, I'm only human, and sometimes humans just aren't feeling it. I'm sure Dovitsky and Kierkegaard, maybe, I don't know, felt the same way too. The Renaissance induces a shift of perspective from God at the center to man. Viva la Renaissance! I want to visit Russia. I feel like it'd help me regain my faith in the arts. I'd love to see the snow. This painting is incredible, right? There's something about Russian women. Their eyes are cold, yet there's a warmth to them at the same time. Portrait of Unknown Woman. I prefer the alternate title, though. The Portrait of an Unforgettable Woman. People call it the Russian Mona Lisa. I'd love to visit the gallery one day to see it in the flesh. It's fucked up that no one can visit the Hermitage Museum because of this war shit. Guess that's humanity's loss. Though I suppose that's not where the Portrait of Unforgettable Woman is anyway. Details. Anyways, it breaks my heart that art and culture are being destroyed by stupid egotistical shit, like wars and the petty relations of humans and their little cliques and on social media. I'm not just venting my frustrations at you because I'm not making any progress with Volume 2. That's not it, I swear. Don't judge me by the blank page. Once I type one word, I'm off. I'll write the whole thing in one go. To me, there's no difference between one word and 100,000. It's so loud. Seriously, the whole world is filled with noise. The moment I step outside, all these strangers' feelings wash over me. It's so fucking loud. Everyone's always thinking about such dumb shit. I can see the bullshit, and I hate it. That's why I have to stay secluded in my room. Woe is me. It'd be so much easier to cope if people thought about intellectual things, but no, their brains are just filled with crap. Short-form videos and Netflix, dating apps, and X-rated ASMR. Oh, God. Too real for you? I mean, I didn't expect the X-rated ASMR, I'm gonna be real, but you know what? I absolutely believe it. How about you go take a look around the God's green earth? You're so fixated on that little screen in front of you that you've lost touch with the sublimity of the natural world. Is that too big of a word for you? Let me break it down for you. I'm talking about touching grass. He's calling us out, chat. Calling us out. Yeah, this wet behind ears light novel author is telling you that your life is devoid of poetic beauty and natural vistas. Ironic, huh? Oni-chan. Here she is, chat. Also, it's a little soft. Oh, there it is. You're so lonely deep down, aren't you? You think less of me for it? No way, I love you. Thanks. But I don't like to see you miserable. That is just how it is for authors. No creativity without pain. No, that's not the reason. You're intoxicated by your own noble suffering. You've made misery out of your identity, to the point that you're lost without it. You know that life is hard, so you intentionally make it harder for yourself because you think that'll let you run away from others, bigger problems. You're hardly one to talk when you refuse to go to school. It's not that I'm running away from school. I want to be with you, Oni-chan, always and forever. Really? She's right, that I'm running away from something. But aren't we all? People can't deal with reality 24/7. By that virtue, I became a warrior the moment I submitted my light novel. I'm not hiding in the literature club room, joining a wound-licking circle jerk. I'm on the battlefield, armed and ready, preparing for my next skirmish. You're coming up with excuses in your head again, aren't you? Can my sister read minds too? You blame yourself and you blame other people, and then your mind goes off chasing excuses. But truly weak people don't even look for excuses. Somewhere deep down, you're trying your best to have compassion for yourself and other people. That's what gets you stuck in thinking in circles and brings you down. It'd do wonders for that depressed self-conscious of yours if you just let that all go. She seems smart for a small kid. That's why I'm here for you. Oh, this is the image that happened whenever we clicked her face by accident. So if you could interact with her. That's why I'll always be here for you. I'll always be right here. Thanks, but I'm afraid you'll have to step out every once in a while so I can crack open a... Well, there you go, chat. I'll be right here. Were you listening to me? The only way to escape this mutual mass surveillance is through the embracing tribalism. I'm talking about primitive relations, like blood ties. Being siblings isn't the only form of human connection. There are all kinds of ways to connect with people, like friendship and romance and stuff. Maybe somewhere out there, but not for me. You say that most everyone is a frog in a well, but you're an author in your room. I'm not just holed up in there pretending to be an author. I've actually published something. I get royalties, enough to live on even. Then it doesn't matter that you're not writing. You can be happy if that's what you want. My only job is sublating misery. I do kind of wish it'd tell you who was saying what, because I don't know if I got a few of the lines backwards or not, but I might have. Oh, it wanted me to pet her head. Thanks, Sahana. You're welcome. Hello, hi, how you doing? You're welcome, Oni-chan. Welcome to a, look, this game may look cute. Don't get used to it. Don't get used to the cute. We've already caused one guy to jump out a window, and it's going to happen again. Till death do us part. She is a little odd. Then how about we die right now? No, not yet. You still have, oh, no, not yet. You still have a lot left to write. Okay. Is this foreshadowing? Is this foreshadowing, guys? Good night, Oni-chan. Night, Sahana. Hope you have sweet dreams. I already am. This girl's weird, guys. This girl's weird. She's a little weird, guys. Ever since I was a child, I've always been one step removed from the rest of the world. I couldn't stand its rotten stench. I unconsciously trained myself to take a bird's eye view of the universe, as though I wasn't a part of it. Oh, who are these? At least they're his parents. And how did I see my parents? A pig and a kappa. 2 bundles of vanity wrapped in the stereotypical trappings of middle age. My father, a pudgy white-collar worker who throws his weight around to hide the fact that he has nothing going for him beyond his position at the company. My mother, a nympho who drains her husband's meager earnings, still desperately seeking flattery from men despite being old and washed up. Dang. Even though they don't even look that old. Even though they rip each other to shreds day in and day out, they stay together for the sake of appearances, leaving my sister and I caught in the middle of their disputes. Well, to be clear, they don't try to drag us into their shit, they are just constantly at one another's throats. Still, neither ever found the courage to take the kids and leave. The endless repetitive routine of it bores me. I'm wondering why they're even alive. What are they living for? For Dad, the list seems to be working, drinking, and betting on the ponies. Mom hoards trinkets and sleeps around. But a designer bag or a winning ticket isn't going to fill the emptiness inside. That's a process. Something you work at your whole life, not something you just achieve one day. Fortunately, they're the kind of people who want to save face in front of the kids, and it only creeps them out when I say such things to them. So pathetic. I think that life is about finding meaning. I mean, can anyone simply exist? That's not what I'm talking. Oh no. I mean, anyone can simply exist. That's not what I'm talking about. There's no inherent meaning there. And being here on Earth just means your parents followed their base biological instinct, the urge to reproduce. God's commandment, be fruitful and multiply. I highly doubt God imbues each sexual encounter with divine meaning. Being born is a coincidence. Some people attempt to find meaning in their existence, however, and those are the ones like me who end up with a pseudo-intellectual bent and a career to match. The people who go around saying they want to be a writer while never doing anything to make it a reality aren't actually interested in finding their purpose. Those people are content with their lives, such as they are. They used to do daily grind at a job, and they told themselves it was only going to be a stopgap and a figure. Hey, they're making a living, and it's not so bad after all. Following the same old routine of interacting with coworkers than killing time online after work. If you're truly hungry for meaning and purpose, you can seize them for yourself. Dreams do come true. I'll be lynched if I said that at my club, though. I hope you all doing good, chat, by the way. This is an interesting one so far. It's definitely wants to be very deep already. I'm a member of my not so overly impressive university's literature club. I figured it was a place where things could be a little quieter for me. Let's take a peek into the minds of the wannabes in the club room. I spent so much time thinking about people's reason for living that I can pretty much read the minds of anyone I've had a few interactions with. In fact, I can practically hear their inner monologues as though spoken aloud. Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go. All the members. We're going to go through all of them. Let's start with C. She has an aversion to men, like a germaphobe to germs. Thus, she reads books that has gender as a central theme. She takes pleasure in the consistency and routine of the club meetings, sharing her insight to these works, as well as her own thoughts on her pet theme. Her identity now revolves around delivering her insights on how a work depicts women, whether they want to hear it or not. She loathes toxic masculinity and is highly critical of any perceived vulgar talk from the club members or people online. People neither respect her nor fear her, though they have simply started avoiding her because she's a pain in the ass. Once someone responded that gender wasn't the only theme of a particular work, and she angrily shot back that they clearly hadn't understood the author's intent. Being overly conscious of the difference between men and women only narrows one's worldview. Follow count is just a number, but she feels beholden to the people whose attention she's got garnered with a provocative rhetoric. Her success is modest, but it is success nonetheless. At the root of it all is a lack of self-esteem as a woman who doesn't get much attention from the opposite sex, and she's terrified that people will see through to that truth. The men and women in the club exist far more harmoniously than you believe. In her shattered rants about liberation and independence, she reveals a heart bound by invisible chains. Dang, this dude just rips into people. I mean, absolutely just rips into them. And I love it. Okay, let's do this guy. A window shopper, plain and simple. He has no intention of becoming a writer, but he likes to think he's smarter than his peers who spent their time gaming or reading manga. He's got to, hating on the manga, guys. Hating on the manga in the literature club. And he's got to maintain that self-image, so he shows up at the club room. And very occasionally, he writes some sort of critique to stroke his own ego. It's not even at that level of a high school book report, and even so, he mostly just copies it from essays he finds online. He hasn't been reading as much recently, instead spending more time on mobile gaming and webcomics. He kind of wants to become one of those insufferable film guys, but his problem is that he immediately gets distracted by his phone whenever he starts watching a movie at home, so he doesn't really absorb the content. His type is pretty good at navigating life, and he might even land a job at a small publisher before graduating. There, he'll get the young author he'll tell the young author he runs into, "I just couldn't hack it as a writer," like he's passing on his dreams to the next generation, when in reality he's just passing the buck. A girl who loves literature, but loves being a literature girly even more. In high school, she was one of those forgettable girls with a few prospects, but on entering college, she found her niche as a reader, and suddenly shot up in popularity. If you can really get into it with her over whatever the club is reading this week, you'll be seen as the popular guy. So the guys spend their dull days trying to impress her, with more than a few falling for her along the way. But she's a little anxious. She knows that her value is extremely localized. She's got to seize the opportunity as soon as it presents itself, and she's here with the aim of using her current popularity as a springboard to find a man and lock down on her life. Still, she's not a bad person. This is just what people do. I keep tore into this one the worst out of all of them so far. Oh, can I not click that one? Okay, member D. He likes literature, writing, criticism, and hanging out with the group. He participates in it all up to a point. Is this a game? Yes, this is a visual novel, so it's more like an interactive book. But this is a psychological horror visual novel, so it's going to get really weird. I think we're going to cause people to kill themselves a lot. That's what I'm picking up. Is we're going to get people to kill themselves because we're such a good person. You love horror? I do too. You're at the right place. This is made by the same guy, if you know this game, who made Needy Streamer Overload. If you know that game, this is the same author, but he did it in a very traditional, like old school VN style. We're obviously great people. We are. He's such a good guy. Like right now, he's just literally telling us how terrible all these people are. Anyways, He likes literature, writing, criticism, and hanging out with the group, and he participates in it all to a point, but his heart isn't in it. His critiques are fine, literature glads aren't exactly in high demand, but I expect he has a decent chance of finding employment. He's pretty much got things figured out, but he's not driven, and he has a complex about that. Sure, he wants to be a writer, but he doesn't have the passion to devote himself entirely to the craft. Given the chance, he'd much rather go out with his friends. When we're making a zine, he might pull an all-nighter for it. He skates by on this level of commitment. The other club members generally like his writing, but we all, including him, know he's not good enough to be published. Vaguely, he had hoped that even so, maybe he could become a writer, that with his natural ability to get by, he might unexpectedly slip through that game. But little by little, precisely because he is perspective, he realized that the drive possessed by the real ones is nothing like this. And so, despite thinking of himself as the kind of guy who can do anything he puts his mind to, he's given up on the idea, knowing that he'll never be able to dedicate himself to something to the exclusion of all else. He'll graduate with a mixed bag of happiness and unhappiness, topped with a heaping helping of existential dread about life filled with the mediocre accomplishments and the rare fluke of a solid showing, yet with no clear game plan. I suppose that's all you can expect from the average university student anyways. Yes, I am qualified to judge. Don't forget that I made it past the gatekeepers. I'm a published author. This dude's an absolute tool and a jerk. Last but not least, there's a guy at the back of the room cultivating a gloomy aura. The one with the unsettling look in his eyes. He's a real character, but the truth is, he's just your average wannabe. Another young guy dreaming of being an author and critic. Whenever I'm successful, he directs his oppressive envy at me like a laser, and it burns. Oh, that was actually at his name. Look at this guy! He looks like a tool too. Chat, place your bets. Are we going to get this guy to kill himself? I'm going to say yes, and it doesn't look like it'll be that hard. I know that sounds very mean to say, but... I'm also going to butcher this name, so I apologize. His name is Hiaaki? Hiaakawa? I don't know. I have no freaking idea, guys. Hiaakawa? Written with the character of her Cold River. This guy is as icy as his namesake. People used to ironically call him Sensei because he promptly criticized others despite not having achieved anything himself. That's all needed when my book was published. Now I'm Sensei. It's hard to tell whether he's glad that his name is gone or whether he liked having his superiority acknowledged, even in jest. Me neither. Look, I'll tell you one thing you'll learn about me is I will butcher names. Butcher them all. He burns with envy towards anyone he thinks has gotten ahead of him in life. Every day he compliments me on my work. It's so obnoxious. I wanted to quit the club, but now that I'm an author, it feels awkward, and that's the only reason I'm still here. Okay. Moving around. By the way, I do have a friend I sometimes hang out with on the weekends. Excuse me. But things are awkward with him now, too. He's the most normal normie who ever normed. This guy just cannot say anything nice. We were never joined at the hip or anything, but I've known him since elementary school. Sometimes we don't hang out for a few years, but we always seem to come back together. You know the kind of relationship, right? He seems to be working hard to line up a job after graduation. That's the kind of thing that makes him a normie, you see? A normal person walks around wearing clothes because normal people don't get naked in public. We plan to meet up soon to celebrate my book's publication. Well, it won't be much of a celebration. We're just going to hang out in a town, and he'll probably treat me to dinner. It'll be pure normalcy. Normalcy. I mean that in a good way. I'm grateful for it. But as someone who can read minds, I'm also a bit nervous for it. Also, yeah, he can read minds, which is how he causes people to kill themselves, because he just cuts them deep. We've already done it to one person. Beneath his outward celebration of my success, frustration buzzes. He's desperately trying to suppress his fear of being surpassed by his friends. He doesn't know how to feel about the fact that I'm here getting money and recognition while he's dealing with the stress of job hunting. But what can you do? It's yet another interpersonal struggle, albeit a different kind from what I have with Hiaaki. Oh, it's getting trippy again. There are some things that would make people like this envious. That's what makes it so difficult. Beyond the deep shadow lies a bright light, and vice versa. Readers reply to my posts with positive messages of encouragement. Of course, people discuss my work on review sites and message boards, but the people who contact me directly are usually fans with an interesting and rising authors. Though I suppose the fact that I don't have enough exposure to have haters yet probably isn't a good thing. I hope the next volume sells enough for me to get publicly slammed. Anyways, I do get plenty of DMs from girls too, you know. The people who secretly send me direct messages in the hopes of using me somehow for their own advantages, mostly women. This in turn fuels the jealousy of their peers who have nothing special going on for them. If I show any interest in return, I'll be lambasted as only being in for the women, but the true great turns their messy romantic troubles into literature, right? Osamu Daiaki and Shaki... Oh my gosh, guys, I can't. These guys are womanizers, not that they would listen to reason. I've got game too, though. I got a DM from a girl who wants to meet up. Going by her account, she seems to be a fairly cute university student and a model who has aspirations of becoming a VTuber. VTubers. Also, where's our local VTuber? She should be showing up any minute now. She looks average enough to me, but her selfies get plenty of likes and she has about 3,000 followers. She's into alternative stuff and she messaged me because she's emotionally connected with my work. Well, I'll be damned. If it could be interesting to take a peek inside her head and use it as an inspiration for my work. I haven't responded yet. I think there are choices in this game. So I think there's like a couple different endings. I know there's a true ending. But I'm not really sure how many other endings you can actually get. Like, I think there are bad endings. So we'll have to see. There hasn't really been any choices to make, though. Finally, to play the part of the broke student. I have a part-timer job working a night shift at a convenience store. That's all I've felt up to. The store is surprisingly quiet at night, though it's a comparatively good time of day. The work itself is strenuous. Every day I find myself wanting to punch the manager in the face. The only reason convenience store managers across the nation are still alive is because the night shift pay is slightly higher, and that's why I haven't killed him. Let's take a peek inside the customers, shall we? I like observing them from behind the register. There can be something almost childishly innocent about the patrons who come here at night. Oh, like I mentioned before, my ability isn't something so convenient as telepathy. It's more like a form of synthesis. Oh, I can't even read, guys. I can't. And I do need a certain amount of information for it to work. While I can hazard a decent guess from observing their actions and body language, it's only after a few conversations that I start to see deeper. You going to go to sleep, man? Yeah, you have a good one, man. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. That's why I don't like getting close to people. I can't help it, though. I'm already in their minds. Okay, let's go. We got old man, flashily dressed hostess, and high schooler looking customer. Let's do the old man first. The old guy is a regular. He's always pissing off about something. Or he's pissed off about something. If the cashier is too slow bagging his purchases, he'll curse them out. Despite that, he buys a ton of candy. Both his work life and home life are falling apart. After his night shift ends, he fills his basket with carbs so he can eat the stress away. His body has expanded with the sedentary lifestyle, and he's transforming into a lump of flesh to disgust his coworkers and family. My dad's the same. Gluttony is the most convenient sin. Even a complete idiot can stuff themselves. And that's what idiots do. It's a lack of self-control. To be human is to restrain one's desires. That's rationality. We aren't beasts to be controlled by our instincts. Let's do the hostess. She's clearly a hostess. I mean, you can tell from how she's dressed. Maybe she doesn't work at a hostess bar specifically, but she definitely works the red light district. There's a dedicated soul wrapped in those flashy clothes. I guess she's here for condoms or cigarettes. She fits in on her break and then disappears again into the neon world. There you go, she's picked a pack of condoms. Well, at least she's not one of those chicks who's obsessed with the host. How do I know that? Hosts always have condoms on them. They look out for number one. This is all just speculation, of course. A man has to entertain himself when he works the night shift. High schooler. I bet he's a runaway. Curfew ends at 4 a.m., so until then, he evades the eyes of the law by drifting around the stores that are open through the early hours. He could pass for 18, but it's always better to err on the side of caution. Not that I have any intention of turning him in. I'll bear him no ill will. It's not like he's shoplifting or anything. There's a dumbass dropout who often works the same shift as me, and I don't want this kid to head towards the same future. I'm happy to let him browse for a while. It'll liven things up a bit. The streets are so deserted this late at night that I feel a certain closeness with the strangers glimpsed from the corner of my eye. You know how it is. But even as I hold myself apart, I am like these people, like that dropout coworker I mentioned before. One's surrounding reflect on one's own nature. I too am a character in this setting. I'll be making my exit shortly, though, now that I have my prize money and royalties. Sadly, I shall be tendering my resignation, leaving this liminal space where, at hourly rate of 1,450 yen, or I don't know if that's, they better said, or I don't know. A teenager can work at a 10-hour shift and earn more money than they ever imagined. This place is like life's waiting room, but it's time to leave. I'm determined to move forward to my future. Serves you all right, and that's how I spend my days. I hate humanity and I hate this world. Especially since my sickly little sister was born. She went through a lot before she stabilized, and now we siblings are in a world of our own. Sahana was born 1,000 times smarter than the average person. She's a genius. She was far too advanced for elementary school, so she stopped going. Since my elementary school days, I've always thought deeply on the questions such as, why are people so cruel? What determines what's right or wrong? The more I thought, the more distant I grew from the other people, until I started to see inside their heads. Once my mother asked me, why don't you like school? Then I asked her if the other moms thought less of her because the kid was a loner. She screwed up her face in disgust and called me a little demon. But I asked a question in good faith. I heard the concerning buzz behind her words, and I simply wanted to help. The music's pretty good. You're still awake, Oni-chan? There she is. How do I find this VN? I don't know yet. I mean, it felt like it's trying really hard to sound smart. Like, it's trying really hard. And maybe it is super smart. Maybe I just haven't gotten super deep into it yet. I'm still waiting till we kill more people. I don't know how far you got into it, but I just left the convenience store. But, I don't know. It's interesting, that's for sure. At the sound of my sister's voice, literally, I couldn't help but read in a Reddit mod voice. And I don't, because I know the developers is really cool, and like I'm waiting the story. I'm hoping it look like I'm expecting it to get really good, but I mean, he just sounds like he's trying to like one of those college kids who's trying to sound super smart and sound like, oh, let me write my thesis. That's kind of how it feels at the moment. But who knows? We're still early into it. It's not a very long mod. I'm 14 and this is deep. That's what I'm picking up. But the game's only like 4 hours long, so maybe it gets really good. Also, there's a secret ending or a true ending. Did you know that? Also, too, I discovered something crazy weird in the very beginning, which I don't even know. Actually, here, let me just show you. Actually, let me save. Watch this. Did you see this, by the way? Let's go to the title screen. Did you see this? So if you're on the title screen here, you normally hit all this garbage. But if you go here, if you click her head, it starts like this. Touching sister's hair. So if I touch her hair, white, almost translucent. So clear it feels as though it doesn't belong to this world. It's as if she herself embodies a beauty that feels like a fading dream. Oni-chan, I'm right here. Yeah. It's weird. All you do is like give her head pats. Oh no. No. All you do is give her head pats, apparently. But I really don't, I accidentally just figured this out. See, that's all you do is give her head pats. There's nothing else you can click. I'm very curious if something happens if you stay on the screen for a very long time. I also have no idea how to leave. I can't exit. Like, there's no way to exit out of this. I have to close the game. I have to close, like, actually close the window to leave that. So I feel like there's an interesting secret there. You got it refunded already? Dang. Yeah, I'm gonna play through it. I'm gonna play through it to the end and see what it's like. Make some content out of it, maybe. I'm hoping there's some kind of fun secrets in it. I don't trust his sister. Yeah, she's a little odd. And by a little odd, she's very odd. Very, very odd. Okay, load game. She did. Which makes me really interested in, like, why can I exit out of it? And, like, is there some kind of weird secret in there? Like, I feel like the game's gonna... Like, how far did you get into it? After the first choice and the pro tag had me so aggravated. I don't think I've gotten to the first choice yet. I don't know how close I am, though. Let me know if I'm close to it. At the time of my sister's voice, I finally became aware of the time. Nighttime is for sleeping, you know. It's the middle of the night. The witching hour, when the whole world slumbers, except for me. I feel bad for keeping Sahana up too, but I don't think she minds. Since neither of us go to the school, the time kept by those in the outside world doesn't really apply to us. There's no point in forcing ourselves to adhere to the logic of the world of which we are not a part. Sahana only mentions the time as conversation starter. She wants me to pay attention to her. Twisted as we may be, she still wants us to play at being a happy family. We should be close. The spiderweb style choice wheel. Okay. I saw the weird spiderweb thing where we first caused a friend to jump out the window. So I'm assuming it'll be something similar to that. Plus, kids find it fun to be up late while everyone else their age is tucked into bed getting a good night's sleep before school the next day. The fox button because of the fun path. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Well, I guess we'll find out. They follow their parents' and teachers' orders, going to school even though they're not, already being conditioned into wage slavery as they learn to wake with the dawn. It's idiotic. They have no idea how much quieter and more enjoyable the world is at night. Oh my gosh. I can't escape them, man. You didn't watch the playthrough, but literally as I was playing it, the mask I picked, I was thinking it was like, everybody wanted me to pick the last mask on the right. I thought it was like an owl mask. No, it was a fox mask. And I'm like, of course it is. I'm so proud of my sister when I compare her to those drones. She'll happily point out her brother's unhealthy habits while having no intention of going to school herself. Oni-chan, you're mocking people in your head again, aren't you? No, I'm not. Actually, I was thinking how proud I am of you. It's okay. You justify yourself by looking down on people who live normal lives. No, I don't. And even if I do think along those lines, I'm not looking down on people. I'm just stating facts. You'd be lost without me. That goes both ways. We're two shut-ins together. If one of us left, that's the whole world gone. You can't really say you're living if there's no one else around. But we can say we're alive in the world with only each other. But can we say we're alive in the world with only each other? Can we, guys? Can we? You know what's a little interesting? Is the fact that down here, she's transparent. Or maybe I'm seeing into things. But she's like transparent. Like you can kind of see through her. Watch her be dead this whole time. That would make a little bit more sense of how she's acting. Maybe that's the case. Yeah. Also, the way he's acting with her would make a little bit more sense if she's been dead this whole time. Because the way they act is weird, and I get that it's like a trope, but like it's just I don't know. Let's keep going. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know, but we're living more than we would be if we were completely alone. I think, though only barely. But I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that too. Uh-oh. I'll always be here. Actually, guys, I think she's dead. Because she has said that line a few times, how she'll always be around. She'll always be with him. What if she's dead? What if she's dead, guys? And he's just seeing her ghost. My sister is always cynical, yet always earnest. She's such a weird girl, but that's fine. I will, bullying the edgelord? No, you're not alone. It's a little much. I'm gonna assume that, like, yeah, I'm getting game by file. Maybe that could be what maybe somehow she died or something happened. And that would explain why she's being weird. But let's see if she interacts with other people, obviously then that's not true. We'll just have to see. But so far, ever since that one scene, she's not interacting with anybody. She's such a weird girl. Yep, but that's fine. If she were normal, she'd probably hate her older brother. Plus, she'd be up in the daytime and going to school. That probably wouldn't be a bad thing, buddy. She'd set some awful alarm and it'd wake me up too, but because she'd be the good girl doing what she was supposed to, my complaints would be irrelevant. English only, please, Mr. Dench. I just nobody here can read that. Well, Mona might be able to understand that, but I can't, so I can't respond to you. That's how neurotypicals exclude people like us before they even notice us. My adorable little sister can't possibly have social outside of me. Ooh, I know, right? That's how this guy is. Those cruel, cruel people. We're just committing slow suicide together, aren't we, Oni-chan? That's my guess now is she's not really alive. My guess is she's dead. Oh, I can't read that. Don't know what that says. Dunka? I don't know if that's pronounced right either. So what's the lore so far? The truth is the foundation of Buddhist teaching. It means that life is suffering. Here we go. Are we about to make a choice? Lore so far, we're playing a guy who is a shut-in light novel writer. He can read people's minds, and he has the ability to get people to kill themselves because of how much he can like read into them. And so far, it's just been him talking about how much he hates the world and everybody else is pathetic. And how he really likes his little sister, and his little sister likes him. I have the fleeting suspicion that the little sister is dead, just by the few subtle hints here and there. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but we'll see. But I'm a fan of Buddhism. I see it as a religion of resignation. It's like, this is the way the world is, get used to it. Things are never going to go how you want them to. Suffering is the core of life. Any moment without pain is a bonus. You live with the assumption that nothing will go as planned, finding happiness in the rare occasion when it does. But I hate the kind of people who spout nonsense about living without expectations, expecting anything from other people. They're liars. Can see it in the color of their emotions. They just want to show off, acting like they know all about suffering and truth. But deep in their eyes, you can see it. They still believe in other people. I have a headcanon that looked like potentially. You know, maybe. Why not? I mean, if your average person could achieve enlightenment that easily, there'd be no need for Buddhism, would there? As long as you're alive, you'll always be suffering. That's just the way it is. I read a book by a famous psychiatrist. After delving into so many minds, this doctor apparently concluded that the moments of peace or joy were rare and fleeting among the harsh realities of life. Really gives you hope, right? Everything is suffering. This game is really diving into the fact that nothing matters in life. Is really diving into the fact which I'm pretty sure this is. I want to say it's probably being done on purpose. Like, there's got to be a reason it's being this so heavy-handed. Maybe. Now, I'd really rather not, but it's time I made some human connections in this shitty world. Living is essentially tied to relationships, so I'm going to power forward while I have even a little motivation. As much as it pains me, experience is necessary, sustenance for creative work. I feel like it's got to be being done on purpose. To live is to suffer. Now, where shall we go? You tell me. Oh no, where are we going? Oh. A monkey brain, a bat, a caterpillar, a ring, and a freaking fox. And I can't save here? Gosh, this game's gonna freaking... Come on, man. Fine. You want me to do the fox? I know you want me to do the fox. It doesn't tell me what these even do. We can come back to this point? Okay. I get to choose again? Is it like... Okay. But I don't know what these do, so I guess we just have to guess. I mean, the bat seems kind of interesting. But, I mean, we'll do the fox because I know that's what you've seen and you want me to see it. But, like, this has got to be like... Maybe he goes after... Are these people he meets? Maybe this is people he meets. Let's just do the fox. The fact that it's a spider, though, is really interesting. The only ones I know are the fox and the ring. One little poppy burning bright. Watch me come all right. There's my first star shining in the night. Each of these sections can't be that long because the game is only 4 hours long. So, I mean, we'll try to do a couple of them. But I like this good music. The music's good. Am I right in assuming that do these things mean people? Like, what do you know what these images mean? I mean, obviously they're paths for going down, obviously, but still. Oh, we have a storm coming this way. Lovely. You've got to be careful when it comes to relationships with the opposite sex. Especially in today's mutual surveillance society, treat every bit of personal information and correspondence as though it's public knowledge. In this twisted panopticon, you never know who's watching and what will get leaked. The direct messaging feature on most social media platforms is a particularly temperamental beast. Young men and women are engaged in a perpetual struggle. Their objective is to find and couple with the best possible specimen of the opposite sex, while dodging the pitfalls of our surveillance society. In this invisible war, DMs are a powerful tool to steal a march on the competition. As long as the messages stay private, they let you interact out of sight of prying eyes. Move the conversation to Line or Discord and you've cleared the first hurdle. Screw it up though, and your head's on the block. It's more so parts of his life. Want me to say the ring meaning, and you want to see it yourself? Yes, you could go ahead. Like, I mean, as long as it's not a spoiler, like the meaning of what it means. I mean, I'm assuming it's like an engagement ring. Probably not, right? I don't know. You can go ahead and mention it, or maybe it's his mom. I don't know. Yeah, you can say what the meaning is, and we'll go down as long as it doesn't spoil the ending or spoil anything, I guess. Now, any degree of success attracts some amount of attention online. As I mentioned, it is his parents. Okay, oh, interesting. I wonder what the fox means. Is girls? Oh, it's the girls. As I mentioned, even in my inbox she's a share of traffic. Opportunists looking to stake their claim on the up-and-coming light novel author pouring by the dozen. Or at least by 2s and 3s. Freaking women, chat. But it was this girl that caught my eye. As I said before, I drink that too fast. I got a DM from a small account saying she loved my work and wanted to meet. I clicked through the profile as a typical university-age e-girl. Classic literature, famous paintings, gender issues, retro anime, and classy cafes. Ugh. Solely invoked a difference between a smattering of her best moody selfies. She flattered authors who looked on the verge of going viral. No doubt sliding into their DMs the moment they let the attention go to their dicks and responded. Now she set her sights on me. I figured I'd humor her. I was in the mood for it, I guess, to tread upon the exposed bear trap, to step into the life of a woman like this, and yes, to bask in a little adoration. If I could use it in my work, all the better. I thought the same thing, but when I read that, it made me laugh. It made me laugh a bit. But you're not a wannabe. You're not a wannabe. To be clear, I wasn't planning on fucking her or anything. I could have had, because that would make this game a different rating, so you can't do that. I could have had most of the interest if I tried. You don't want the edgelord? You gotta have the edgelord. You gotta have the edgelord. Being able to read people's minds makes romance and sex into tedious endeavors. Like taking an endlessly long test you've already know the answers to. Even mere attraction is a distant dream. Once I realized life is suffering, I lost that appetite entirely. Well, I guess I'll go ahead. I'll go say hi. Bye, Sahana. I'll be back soon. I think she's dead. I really do. I wonder if we ever get to see his face. I'm the first to arrive at our meeting spot. I expected as much. Usually it's the guys who have to take the initiative. The girls are value commodities. The one who can afford to be discriminating, and their scheduling reflects that imbalance. Or maybe I'm just stereotyping. Puny humans cannot involve. I know, right? This guy is just so cool. Hey, Sensei. Sorry I'm late. Is this the... Yeah, that's this girl. I saw her from, like, their first trailer. Her chestnut-hued pigtails bounced brightly. White and blue ribbons fluttered with the hair they bind, touching a Lolita dress, its skirts drooping like a weeping willow. Passing old-timers gawk at the bosom, emphasizing cut and the way her short skirt catches the wind. It's like she was designed in a lab to turn men on. I find... I find sexual desire as an exhausting notion. Sex is the need most people are the keenest to hide, much more than its cousins, food and sleep, and they're quick to lie or hide behind the pretense whenever it rears its head. As soon as you notice it's lurking underneath the surface, society becomes hell. Everyone's trying so hard to act like they're not secretly horny pieces of shit. We're all animals, like... This music, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. making you listen to it louder, chat. Well, I guess it makes sense to want to procreate, but I never quite gotten over my youthful disgust of that idea. Maybe that's why I'm here. I want to prove myself that I'm above that all, that I'm better than the rest. Hello there. You must be... Oh, gosh. I'm just going to call it Botan. That's me. Just call me Botan. You remember my name, Sensei. Haha, I'm so happy. The music is being loud is gonna be, but the bad recorder is killing me. I know. That's why I turned it up. Hello, Neggy. How you doing? Thank you for the congratulations. Thank you. We're almost 50K, almost. And to celebrate, let's listen to bad recorders. Wait for it. Oh, it's not bad anymore. Let me know if the music does get too loud. But welcome, guys. We're reading the novel with this guy's... I don't know. It's interesting. I'm waiting for the psychological horror to pop back up. Being called Sensei feels really nice. Weirdly nice. Female attention might do nothing for me, but apparently I do like being recognized for my work. I love her landmine style. It's the same style as Ame. It's a staple of... Yeah, I mean, she seems interesting already. She seems the most not hair-ripping out so far, compared to everybody else. I'm not even going to pronounce that name. I'm going to call him Ike. How well do you know Ike? I was thinking I could show you around. Not at all. I don't go outside much, honestly. My family's out in the sticks, and I try to stay away from crowds. Been so busy with school, and next thing I know, freshman rotation tomorrow. Love your backrooms. Heck yeah, I'm glad you liked them. I actually have a couple of backrooms games I need to play. I'm probably going to stream those very soon. I got a couple of like shorter ones. And whatnot. I also need to get Mona to play some more backrooms games with me. Alright, Mona. Then I'll be your guide. Thanks. I don't know who's talking. It's this recorder. It's a freaking recorder. I'm just gonna like hack into Mona's computer and make this play constantly. Here we are, the beating heart of Ike. It's really taken over as Tokyo's otaku hub, hasn't it? Akiba's is a thing of the past. It so has. It's a total... Oh, gosh, come on, please. Fujashi heaven. It's got all the stores, and the collab cafes have great merch lineups. It's developing its own community and culture. I don't know who's talking right now. Physical spaces where young people can share their hobbies have only gotten more important in the age of social media. Not that I have used them myself, of course. Of course not. I'm the lone wolf kind of otaku. I never felt the need to advertise my interest. It's what I like, but I keep it to myself. I'm not prepared to share my thoughts or impressions with the people around me. It's definitely on purpose. It being bad is definitely on purpose, 100%. It's probably saying something about her, or their relationship, maybe. He did call himself a lone wolf. Look, they've even got an arcade. Gotta milk those gamblers. Oh, Sensei, you don't have to be so sarcastic. It's busy here, though. Let's go find somewhere quieter. Blah, 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 blah. I don't think we've seen a single CG of the characters yet. God. This whole bookshop is one of my favorite spots. What do you think? I have to admit, the place has atmosphere. A selfie with all these books would do a number on social media, and I cast her an intellectual bookworm to boot. Girls like her love seeking out places that play into their image. Maybe I'm being unfairly cynical. Maybe just a little bit. There's a simple pleasure in being surrounded by rare books. What kind of books do you like? You want to know about me? That's so sweet of you. Right now, I'm hunting for a rare art book. You're into art. Interesting. I usually come to a place like this to go through old school fashion mags. It's so much fun to see what kind of clothes were cool in the 80s and 90s. What do art and fashion mean to you? They let you live rather than just exist. That's an interesting answer. I'll make note of that. Maybe I haven't been giving her enough credit. I guess someone who puts so much effort into her appearance probably would have well-developed opinions about art. Her colors don't seem muddled. Let's take a peek into her heart. This is the music that plays in Tana's head watching me play games. Yeah, I know. That's funny. Okay, here we go. I feel like this is gonna be peer into her thoughts. I almost said, can I peer into anything else? And then I realized that would probably sound really weird as I was like looking around the screen. I close off my five mundane senses and look into my with my sixth, an eye that only sees emotions. I feel like it's focusing, sharpening. Slowly, the colors of her thoughts, the feelings come into view. The true Botan, the girl behind the mask, behind the username, the real face beneath their meticulous makeup. I really hope it gets weird here. He's actually pretty handsome, not in an obvious way, but he has a real writer's gloominess to him, and looks at those sickly eyes. If I walked around with him, everyone would think I'd netted myself a one-of-a-kind catch. It came later on, not to a censoring level. Oh gosh. Sure, he's a bit on the misanthropic, scropic side, but so are all the college guys. Although cynicism just a shield they protect themselves with while they look for a way to stand out. A guy like him has erosion zones even more sensitive than it. Oh, okay. said no girl. Yeah, no. His part his ego. Stroke him there, and he's sure to look my way. So that's her deal. She's not trying to use men to raise her profile necessarily. She's just out for validation. A relationship with a budding light novel author would be a potent weapon in the e-girl community. But she isn't necessarily lying about being into me or wanting me to like her. Human emotions are a complex color gradient. Even what I see is only one point of view of her heart. Her belittling of me and her reverence, her appreciation for my work and her judgment of my appearance. They're all wrapped up together. No one's feeling a monolith. Hello, Ryan. How you doing? Okay, camera's going right to the spot. I'm not surprised it's going to. He sure looks he sure looks my way though. That does pique my interest. Yep, we're okay, there we go. Does he like what he sees? I wonder. Anyone his age would want me. Even an otaku trying to act like a romance is beneath him. Oh, she called him out. But something tells me since they won't be that easy, he's still keeping me at arm's length. He's playing the aloof genius a little too hard. I mean, she's not wrong. I think he just because he writes light novels, he thinks he can ham it up. All right is this way. It's like he's wary of me. He looks at me like he's sizing me up. Um, I wonder if he's planning to use me in his writing. That's kind of hot. Dang, she just knows all of it. How old is she? Um, depending on how this date goes, I don't want to answer that question. I'm assuming everybody in this novel is 18 and older. I wonder what he'd do if I put on the sex appeal on full blast. I could give him a glimpse of these lacy panties. Maybe once we've had a few drinks, I could wrap myself around his arm and lace my fingers through his. Bet he'd loosen up a bit once we got back to the hotel. Everyone does. Can we follow Botan instead? I mean, she's more interested. Would he grab my boobs, I wonder? Stare a hole through my panties? Give in his urges and ravish me? Well, dang, this has gotten a little, more interesting than I expected. Well, she's a regular girl in some ways. She's indulging her own sexuality under the guise of imagining mine. Picture me ravishing her to fantasize about being used as an outlet for male desire, desperate for an opportunity to affirm her body's worth. Hidden under that demure dress is a body burning with passion, but I won't be the one to feel her heat. Said no girl ever. I know, right? Um, so same. Hey, people are busy, Ryan. I mean, you're here. You and the fox. So that's all that matters. That's all that matters. We're just here to have fun. Also, I'm sure this game will probably get more attention as it goes throughout. Would have to guess from the people who watch it. I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely interesting. It's definitely very different than Needy Streamer Overload, and it has similarities. It has similarities. Don't get me wrong, but it's like take the very I'm gonna describe this kind of in simple terms. The very dramatic aspects of Needy Streamer Overload, like the very dramatic aspects of it, and amplify it by like 1,000. That's this game, which I have a feeling is done on purpose, but we'll see. Um, The fantasy only lasts a moment by itself. It isn't enough to make her succumb to desire, and if it did, I think revulsion would still win out. She'd be disgusted that she got so carried away over just another man. She rates her own body too highly for that. Her youthful hunger for pleasure clashes with reluctance to sell herself short. In that sense, she's very much her age. My secret my just yeah, there you go, Mona. I'm gonna go get this one, Sensei. Here's our last stop. Botan, I still don't know how to pronounce that name. Favorite Ike spot, isn't it adorable? I hear it's a replica of a real Czech hotel. It's very fancy, you know? You look right at the home and all this European decor. Haha, yay, thanks. The good music is back. The best music is back. She beams. When I pay thoughtful attention to her, she turns surprisingly genuine. Hey, here's a CG. This is our first person CG. Let me pour Sensei. She picks a teapot looking fully at peace. Daylight streams through the windows, glittering off the fine china and her thin layer of eyeshadow. It's chilly outside today, so this should be just a thing. You'll like so much better when you're all warmed up. Thanks. There it is, guys. There it is. Oh, there it is, guys. Cinema. Yeah, this is actually really good. Oh gosh, there's the music. Okay. That's gonna be my new theme song, guys. You succeeded so young that I bet you're struggling in ways the rest of us can't imagine. If easing those burdens will help you your writing, the least I can do it as your fan is try. Did my book really make that much of an impression? Honestly, I thought it was embarrassingly amateur. What is this music? It's strange but good. I could not tell you. I'm assuming it's her theme, which I'm also assuming, just because of who the developer is, the music has meaning. We just don't know it yet. It's chaotic. It's both. I don't know. We'll think about this. Maybe we'll make a video on it. I don't know. I know these are just random thoughts, but it just felt so desperate, you know? Like there's all this cynicism everywhere, but when you read between the lines, it's like crying out for affection. I just want to pick it up and hug it. I've never felt like that about a book before. That's gratifying to hear. Of course, that's how it reads. I am trapped in an unending hell. My ability to see people's thoughts will bring me pain until the day I die. I wish some people could make it stop. But I won't find relief in others. People can never truly understand each other. The usual compromise is coexisting in ignorance. My condition means that it isn't an option. Yeah, you know your cooking starts distorting. So the fox, if you choose it, you get different scenes each time. That's interesting. The only exception is perhaps okay, that's super interesting. The only exception perhaps is family, Sahana. I'm cheering for you since I always have. I'll be cheering for you too. Oh shit, it's a little fast. Sorry about that. Oh, I got a clicker. They say a girl's hair is an expression of her soul. And so the ribbons in Botan's hair symbolizes the veneer of innocence she girds herself in. Her soul rustles as hot tea leaves fill a teacup. Every ribbon has a dash of girliness to its sheen. Above the waist, below the waist. Okay. Above the waist. Like you see Lolita dressed, a tasteful curve suggests a soft body and slender figure. Someday the other guys will come along who loves that body deeply, who want to take her flesh and soul in his arms, looking at her and only her forevermore. I hope she meets that faithful man someday, someone who makes her porcelain skin blush ruddy pink. From beneath my sunless rock, I'll watch the happy couple skip off into the distance. I'll cry in my anguish. How sweet it must be to be human. God, quit being freaking dramatic. Eyes below the waist. Beneath that innocent guise, she burns with desire. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Everyone feels desire, men and women alike. Once you recognize that, sexuality starts feeling less like a part of you and more like a detached thing happening on some meta level. You have to head out? Okay, yeah, you have a good one, Neggy. Thanks for hanging out. At her age, those impulses are bound to lead her into misadventure. Sooner or later, she'll be crying into her pillow after someone else urges to exploit her. Oh, lovely. After many loves and abuses, she'll grow into a proper lady with her head held high, perhaps. I might boast that I can read people's feelings, but only God knows what the future holds. Oh, weird. Zooming in. Her eyeshadow is distinctive, an appealing red with touch of sultry pink at the edges. I'm sure her naturally lived gaze has stolen plenty of hearts without even trying. Her eye contact is at the heart of communication, eyes touch of mood sparks, and we must make that instantaneous feeling for attraction, for love, for friendship. That goes for more than just people. Dogs and cats make eye contact with their owners too. Gazing into someone's eyes is a sign of trust, an invisible coin humans have traded since time immemorial. Botan's distinctive eyes surely give her an edge in that crucial establishing moment. Sensei, see how impactful they are when you just look at them directly? She knows how powerful her gaze is. That's why she wears such striking eyeshadow. What do I click? Oh, there it is. Lips. They say that people are subconsciously drawn to water because it makes up more than half the human body. I don't know how true that is, but her dewy lips and eyes are like dark pools. Dark pools are certainly appealing. Animals tend to express affection through mouth contact, or so I hear. Dogs like to lick their owners, for example. On first examination, kissing is pointless. I cannot with this guy. It's not even a sex act. But it is pointless. It lets partners affirm their affection on a level beyond sexuality. What flavors of male affection have those pale pink lips affirmed, I wonder? Okay, what's next? Let's do this again sometime, Sensei. I'll message you, okay? Every time the world hurts you, come and warm yourself back up. Take all the good and bad it could do to a delicate man, all those sights and memories and smells and emotions, and pour them into writing a wonderful book. You have that skill. You can experience sadness, experience suffering, and turn those dark, twisted feelings into words. If you were born with that curse and that blessing. So let's get tea again sometime. I'll pour a cup for you, whatever you want. I really, really loved your book. You meet up with a girl, Oni-chan, that's new. You know, it's kind of spooky that you sussed that out so quick. You smell a bit different tonight. Okay. I don't mind though. I'm glad you still like other boys in some ways. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. It wasn't some hookup. I was just gathering reference materials, that's all. That too is something other boys do. Get flustered and trying to deflect. Hey, there's no good way to talk about the opposite sex, is there? No matter what you say, yeah, her hair is different. Which is interesting too. Everyone will interpret it romantically. It's such a pain in the ass. How did you meet her? She DM'd me. She said she liked my work and wanted to chat face to face, and I figured I could get some material out of it. Plus, I was curious. That's all, I promise. Oni-chan, what? I realize this is unusually boring advice for me to give, but you're a published author now, and that means you need to be more careful about meeting fans, especially girls. I guess that's a fair point. Talking to women is a minefield. All human interactions are littered with misunderstandings waiting to happen, but it's the worst kind by far. I'll never get why so many people endure this torment just for the privilege of giving half their life to someone else. You're like the other boys, Oni-chan. Yeah, and I wish I wasn't. I was really happy when you started writing. It's plain to say that nothing else would fulfill you. I knew that it was the only way for you to be happy. You're on the right path, Oni-chan, I'm certain. Okay. The recorder can't hurt you anymore. You didn't get that scene? What did I do that was so different? What did I do that was different? I feel like I didn't do anything that would cause a new scene to appear. Except accidentally click on her head in the beginning. So if you said, Mona, that if we do the fox again, something different will happen. Will they go on another date? So I wonder who the monkey, the bat, and the caterpillar is. This is the parents. One of these has got to be the friend. Should we just do that? Okay, Mona, have you beaten the game? Did you beat the game? Like, how many scenes did we go through? Like, do we have to go through a set amount of scenes that lead to an ending? Or like, that's why I'm curious. Like, would I be able to go through all of these? Or what, can I only go through a set amount before it like sends me to something else? You have the beginning of the second scene with the body. Well, I guess we could do that. Might as well, right? I'm kind of curious if we follow a specific path, what it'll do. Like if we focus on one aspect each time. I'm curious. Let's do that. I'm kind of curious. Because also, we want to hear the recorder again. The mom. What about the mom? Oh, you also have the first scene with the mom. So that's at least 3 you've gone through. Let's try doing nothing but her. I also find it funny that it's showing her as a fox. And then maybe if we play it again, we'll check out the other ones. Let's see what this gives us. Because I think there are multiple endings. And I'm hoping there's a way to like fast forward through things once you see it once. The inspiration that turns nothing into something does not come idly. It requires rummaging through stacks of notes, pacing about with arms crossed, sighing deeply, fretting over wasted time, fighting the temptation to rehash, jolting down ideas as they come, and then rejecting all of them. Drinking coffee, despair that your talent has dried up, taking eye drops, washing your hands with soap, reading back over your notes yet again. You must hold firm through all of this. Yeah, the foxes. Oh, the foxes. Okay. Even Hoshi Shinichi will tell you, ideas don't come easily. When the words aren't flowing, this sounds kind of like Needy Streamer right here. The music does. The words aren't flowing. I stare at my notes app, trying to think of a good idea for a light novel. But the page stays steadily blank. Page, I should say. Eventually, I give the act and tab over to my browser. Before I know it, I'm scrolling a fellow writer's feed, muttering, "Go on, tell us how much your editor loves you, you son of a bitch." Yeah, the music's really good. I do like the music. You don't understand anything, but that's, I know, right? It's very weird. It's very weird. I'm really surprised that's such a different tone than Needy. Yeah, it's in Yun Syndrome. I've never done Yun Syndrome, but I'm assuming it's another one of his games. I don't really have any strategies for dealing with the writer's block. At this point, it might even be worth going outside. I hate going outside. There's no reason for having an unpleasant experience should summon inspiration. Where I am, no proposed source is too illogical. Give me a witch, a palm reader. For an author, writer's block is the ultimate torture. I gotta remind myself. I want to look at something in a moment, and I just had a thought. Life was so easy. when Botan shows back up on screen, I want to check something. Life must be so easy when you can go out under the sun. Daylight makes the brain release a mood-regulating neurotransmitter called serotonin. These guys get happy just walking around, while we authors are out here writing about characters being driven to homicide because the sun was too bright. This whole damn city pisses me off. Quit being so dramatic. I mean, look at this. You see that couple coming this way? Straight from the glitzy hotel? There's gotta be 20 years between them. The man's the older one, of course. A balding old geezer and a young lady in a cheap dress walking side by side. Like, you were skimming this dialogue? Like, oh, no! Hold up, I know that call. That's Botan, the one who took me out with tea. How dare you? Huh. Well, I guess that's the way of the world. Cuteness and feminism appeal don't come free. She trades the priceless... she trades her priceless youth for cold, hard yen. Middle-aged men are flush with cash but starved for love, so it's a win-win. She'll use that money to make herself prettier, go to Korea for a liposuction or jaw surgery, and use her ideal face to get more out of her brief youth. It's materialistic, but there's a logic to it. She fawns over the man all the way down the street until they go to separate ways. Does he have somewhere to be? I wonder what he does. I bet he blows money on girls and works back more than the difference, drowning out his stress with love for sale. His cash is better off bolstering young people's finances than rotting in his savings, I guess. Then again, she might just spend it all on men herself. There's a reason they say host on the top of the food chain. I guess sugar babying isn't uncommon, but it's still a rush to see a girl I know getting in on the action. Look at her though. She's placid on that fake smile all the way down the street, but she seems real down when they parted ways. Maybe she really likes him. I guess he's paying her, and they're sleeping together. Better for her if she does. She turns towards me. I haven't exactly been trying to hide myself, so our eyes meet right away. There it is, guys. Hello, welcome back, Danny. You're playing AI2U. I'm gonna play that one day. I promise. When I maybe it'll be the next game I try to buy. I wonder if she'll react badly, but she just trots up to me with the same smile as when we first met. Talk about nerves of steel. Okay. Fancy meeting you here, Sensei. You're not stalking me, are you? She sounds totally unconcerned. Is she hoping to brute force her way out of a compromising situation? I could read her mind if I wanted, but I just don't feel like it. It's more fun not to know. You can't just skip to the answer page every time. Just passing by, I hit a wall with my book, so I headed out to clear my head. Don't worry, I'm the kind of guy to get on your case about that kind of stuff. Aren't you even slightly curious about why I'm doing it, Sensei? Because you a hoe. A little, I guess, but whatever's going on, I'm not going to think less of you. He probably is stalking her. I mean, maybe. That's kind of you, and cruel too. I strive to be a realist. Her breathing is uniform. If she's hiding her embarrassment, she is a damn good actress. More likely, she's comfortable with what she's doing. Maybe I've misjudged her a bit. It's not what you think, Sensei. I know there's a hotel back there, the way we came, but it's not like that. I looked in the ear and smiled at him, and he paid me for my time, that's all. Okay, she's a little less of a hoe now. Maybe you if she's telling the truth, that is. Maybe you only grabbed lunch, but I'm guessing the app you met on usually caters to more. Sensei, that's mean. She lets wealthy older men take her out to meals and earn money flattering them, while her clients feel validated by the compliment they buy. As long as they are both on the up and up, it's not my business. I do wonder how they both feel deep down, but I can only speculate. You smell that? That's some bull. That's some bull. Would you like to go somewhere else together, Sensei? This is a funny way to meet again. I wonder if we're gonna make her killers. I wonder if we're gonna like be horrible mean to her. I feel like we've not been nearly as mean to people verbally as I expected us to be. But it still feels like fate. Like nothing weird and like creepy has happened yet. Like it's a real building. Yeah, there's a lot of real stuff, real like backgrounds. There's a couple of real scenes in it. So there's like real life and 2D. Is getting paid today will been fate too? No, that's a survival strategy. Being alive is a constant battle, you know? Huh. Interesting answer. Alright, where were you thinking? How about I take you on a tour of my college? I was just heading in for a club. Sugar babing for college, huh? I wonder how many girls in my class did the same thing back when I was going. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them were taking discreet shifts at the soap lamp, straddling men's back for money in their free time. Okay. 1 hour of tantalizing almost contact pays out tens of thousands of yen. There's always takers. I wonder how much Botan made in a lunch break. Does it disgust her to think that a fancy dress was paid for by old men's spare change and libido? Okay. This pen's gonna make me smoke and you never smoked before. A real person playing the game? There's a lot of weird stuff going on. Then again, yeah, I've also noticed too, guys. I'm just saying now, if you look down here, when she's talking and this happening, she's not transparent. I'm just saying. Then again, close or close. The sister is. I'm just saying, guys. See, she's not transparent. That's my theory. I just don't want to regret my life. Everyone wants to shine, don't they? I could never make it as an idol or an influencer, but I'm still young and pretty enough to stand out in the alt crowd. The world doesn't reward doing things the right way, so it's smarter to use what I have, don't you think? All the boys at my age have empty pockets anyways. All they have to do is offer us love. And love doesn't buy nice clothes or more ribbons in my hair. Not everyone can live their dreams like you can, Sensei. The rest of us have to make the most out of it now. Predictable females. All the data. Where did all that come from? You're going to write about this, aren't you, Sensei? I can see it in your face. Called out. You got me. I do understand, though, as much as a guy can. I'm sure I do some sugar babying or concept cafe work if I was your age. I can sympathize with, like, how old are these two? Like, that's my next question. I can sympathize with wanting to make money off yourself while you're still worth something. Right now, I can upload photo shoots in pretty clothes and the whole world will come to see. I don't want to miss the only chance I'll get for unconditional adoration. Funny, it's the other way around for guys. You get out of school, you start slaving away, banking cash so you can throw their weight around, sell your youth to buy middle-aged sex. I guess it's a question whether you want your debauchery early or late. I always want to mind himself with a fancy wig. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But you're different, Sensei. You became a writer, and I'm sure a lot of people are jealous of you. And I don't think you're bad in the looks department either. Thanks, I guess. But contrarians like me aren't a part of the equation. We get to live unusual lives, but we'll never be happy. Oh! I scrolled. The way I was born, I don't get to be happy. That's exactly why I can't find it in me to scoff at people like her, who are chasing it with all they've got. Everyone should be happy if they can manage it. Yeah, this is, very toxic. This is my club, the Manga Research Society. We got a literature club and a Manga Research Society, guys. You're in the manga club, huh? I swear, there was no DDLC reference in the literature club one. It would be ironically funny if there was one in this one. I know what you're thinking, Sensei. No one really cares about their manga. It's just a place for losers who want to be part of something that don't want to commit. I'm a dumb bimbo who loves being their queen. I didn't say that. I was in the literature club myself back in the day, although it's true that most people at these places don't really care about being creative. If you say so, Sensei. Alright, my loyal drones are waiting. Time to muster all the sparkle of my youth and live the best life of luxury an ordinary girl could hope for. I'll use my ill-gotten looks to indulge in desire. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Indulge in desire and validation of penniless students and wallow in fleeting ecstasy. Nobody talks like this. That's one thing too, is nobody talks like this. So it also makes me wonder, is any of this actually happening? Is any of this actually happening? Like, I wonder if this is all in his head. Because nobody talks like this. You tiny own brain matter, please. Yeah, like, it's just... Like, if one person acted like this in the game, that'd be something different. Like, everybody talking like this makes me feel like this is all happening inside his head. You make it sound so wonderful. Another CG, guys. Botan is a strange girl. Bro, it ain't COVID. Take that off. She's a tempter, sure, but she keeps her sights set low. Online, she barely stands out, and in real life, she's sticking to old men on dating apps and the insecure losers at her club. Her cunning is oddly self-aware, frail, even admirable, though. Somehow, it's always nice to see someone living true to themselves. Maybe there's a novel in this. Is it wrong to pawn your innocence to make the most of your fleeting youth? That could fly a central theme. It's contemporary, crawling in your skin. It's contemporary. I don't know if it would work in a light novel, but it seems to be worth exploring. Call it taking a swing or a young author's gamble. Some things you just can't write convincingly unless you're around the right age. These wounds will not heal. Look, we just need a scene of him sitting on a trampoline with his little death note, and we would be perfect. Master Hoshi. Maybe I can't delight in the world with outlandish science fiction like you can, but putting the curious, at least that'd be funny. It would be funny of the human experience in words. I can illustrate the lives of people fighting to defy reality's cruelties. I really now want a drawing of your character sitting on a trampoline with some of the dialogue from this going on. That would be. I can see it now. You're just like writing in your animation, you writing in your book, reading, like just saying all the things from this thing. I really can't do it. That'd be so funny. And you need. Yeah, look, you add an extra thing. You have me in the side in the background, just staring at disappointed face. Her eyes, though, they have a foxy gleam. It's hard to look away. Foxy? I should have posted in the podcast Discord. It's wrong to pawn your innocence for youthful okay, yeah, Foxy do not claim her. Too late. Did you find an idea for a book yet, Oni-chan? Question. Her hair changed too, first off. But question. Maybe I just haven't noticed it, but did the other character's eyes blink? The Botan's eyes blink? Did you find an idea in your books yet, Oni-chan? I did, and finally got some sunlight too. I'm feeling a little better today. I don't like the sun. The moon's much nicer. The sun, she's frowning. She's not happy. The sun makes anything all muggy and hot, but the moon just washes over us gently. I said, oh gosh. They didn't? Okay. I see why you like it. Your skin is so pale and your hair is so white. You're much more made for nighttime. Writers are made for nighttime too. What will you write under the moon's faint light, Oni-chan? I'm thinking maybe about female strength. You're going to write about strength? It's about a kind of strength that knows its own limitations, its own weakness. I guess he's applying for the MCU now. Do you think you're weak, Oni-chan? I wonder. I still produce serotonin like everyone else when I walk around in the afternoon sun. It's all... I act all misanthropic, but I'm just an animal, really. So maybe that's the weakness. But there's an honesty to it that I find appealing, too. Do you think honesty is a strength or weakness? I don't think it's a strength to speak without thinking, but defying social expectations to say truth to yourself, that's a kind of strength. Maybe I find it hard to see differences. Maybe I should ask the moon. Good idea. I'll ask it for you whether the two of us are weak. I don't think the moon will tell you. It's too kind. That's what makes it so strong. You should go to sleep while it's still looking down on us, Oni-chan. Alright, sweet dreams, Sahana. Ever feel like, Oni-chan, do you think the world lies? I suspected as much. You know, that's your... Oh, that look. Bye. I'm guessing, my guess is there's 3. Maybe 3 different, maybe more though, because I don't know. Let's do the fox again. Let's just go down this path. I think we're just going to keep going down each path. Her brother can suck a whole egg baskets of air. She is so cute. Yeah. You're not wrong. Okay, back to the fox. I have a feeling like we're going to see the whole story. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened to unto 10 virgins, which took their lambs and went forth to meet the bridegroom. That they were foolish to the... My gosh. They that were foolish took their lambs and took no oil with them, but the wise took the oil... Their vessels... Oh, I can't read. But the wise took oil in their vessels with the lamps. Yeah, it keeps doing a bunch of different quotes from different religions. Yeah, I know, right? I have a feeling like this verse is going to be taken very out of context. But you know what? Okay, that's fine, I guess. You know, Sensei, I'm not as calculated as you think, Sensei. You think I'm... Okay, you think I'm some black-hearted temptress who seduces every man she meets, don't you, Sensei? You think I'm the first obstacle in your career as a writer, here to catch you throughout your accomplishments, don't you, Sensei? But you know, Sensei, do you always act like you can read people's minds, so I bet you know all my thoughts already, don't you, Sensei? Sensei? It is. It's the abridged version too, which is also... I wonder why they... well, we'll see. Maybe we'll see. With my second book still incomplete, my embarrassing debut found limited success, becoming a conversation point in certain subcultures. I won't complain about more fans, but when they're all talking like they found a promising diamond in the rough, I feel like, hey, I'm looking for a great game like DDLC. I have completed DDLC multiple times. It'd be great to find other games like it. I have some suggestions. I actually have 2 videos you could watch to find more games about it. This game is interesting. It is a psychological horror visual novel. Wouldn't quite compare to DDLC. I suggest if you want a game super, like very, very similar to DDLC, but a little darker, like actually like DDLC on a little bit of steroids, look for the game called You and Me and Her. There's 2 versions of it, a Steam version and a non-Steam version. Steam version is safe for work, non-Steam version is not safe for work. I mean like very much not safe for work. If you want to see a sample of it, I streamed it, or you can just go watch the videos I'll talk about there too. But that game came out before DDLC did, and people thought DDLC was inspired by it. So that should give you an idea. You can also play other stuff like Needy Streamer Overload, You could play Cooking Companions would be a good visual novel for you. If you want a short little one that's pretty good, it's kind of a visual novel. I would look up Pocket Date. That's free too. There's a bunch. Go look at. I have 2 videos called 5 games to play if you like DDLC. There's 2 different games of it. I think once it's like maybe 6 games. Watch that, and that'll give you some good games to play. And you can also just watch this too. But this game is very. It's got a very different feel than DDLC does. I'm also waiting for the horror, like the insaneness to happen. I won't complain about more fans. Also, hello and welcome. Welcome. But when they're all talking like they found a promising diamond in the rough, I feel like I'm in a precautious position. Take their attention for granted, and before I know it, I'll be wallowing in past glories at the bar with the rest of the has-beens. One girl somehow likes my maiden work enough to cosplay one of the characters. Not some nobody either, a real cosplayer with 20k followers. Apparently, I'm promising enough to invest to be worth trying to get in on the ground floor. I refuse to let it go to my head, but I still retweet it to my own account. There I go, letting someone else inside the fortress of my timeline. A cosplayer I don't even know, no less. The flesh is weak, indeed. But I am flattered, I can't deny it, I am only human. A new girl, maybe? Maybe. Of course, Lizzie, or Slizzy. I think you'll probably really like You and Me and Her. But I warn you, like, it is a lot darker than DDLC. Very good, too. Actually, another one, Slay the Princess. Beautiful game. Hold on. Let me find the book for it. In my army of random junk I got from the Walmart bargain section. You like all the random plushies I've been finding? I'm like, I found horror plushies. Slay the Princess. Visual novel. One of my absolute favorite visual novels. Great horror elements. Great story. Amazing art. An absolute gem of a game. That's when I 100, 1,000, 1 billion percent suggest to play. That's also one of the ones I suggest in my video. Anyways, let's keep going. See if we get into the girl. I'm only human. The creator is God to the fans, it seems. Immediately she goes off about getting noticed by the author. I even get a thank you in my replies. What kind of golden caption is this? I could be thanking her just for reading my book, let alone evangelizing it. Bendy, I do. I have Bendy, Boris, and whatever the frick his name is. I don't remember his name. And then I have some of the Garten of Ban ones from the world's scariest game. I just threw my phone on the floor, guys. Okay, let's go. Divine Intention, however, will elevate her rank among the faithful. This kind of interaction isn't part of the traditional authorship. It's a product of the modern age. Put tactfully, you're cultivating a fan community. Put more cynically, you're doing PR. Success is the cure for all writers' woes. I need to write another novel, a manuscript, a book, any words at all. Well, then stop being so dang dramatic and start writing. Oh, we're back. Hello, friend. Do you believe in the feminine intuition, Sensei? And the other tweet that he's thinking this just because you thanked him? I know, right? Oh yeah, women are more fragile, so they need to be more sensitive to danger. It makes sense that they develop a heightened sense of awareness to threats. I feel like this line right here would piss off so many people. It's so funny. Yes, the frame did change and the background changed. I'm believing the best because we've gone through the third scene of her. You're always so logical, Sensei. I think I get what it feels like. My intuition's pretty good too. That's true. You always seem like you can see right through people. I don't know that it's about seeing. Wait, I don't know that it's about seeing exactly. Maybe it is, but you seem pretty perceptive yourself. Like, oh, so the freaking recorder's back, guys. Like all women, able to read the room, or maybe you mean the way people pleasers know what everyone wants. If you had to put it snarkily, then I guess. I think you're the sensitive one, Sensei. I'm just nervous, that's all. My intuition has nothing to do with logic. It's just something that I was born with, a sense of destiny. Maybe it was destiny even before birth, since the moment my genes decided to make me a woman. Haha, girls your age... How old is he and how old is she? Women are more fragile? I mean... The only way to test this is we line up 5 guys, 5 girls, and get a bat. And just... and see who... I'm just kidding. That was dark. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. He talks like a 200-year-old wizard. he does. Girls, I still think all of this is in his head. I really do. I feel like this all has to be in his head. He's sitting on Reddit right now. Hi, girls your age, go in for that stuff, right? Destiny and astrology and all that. I didn't mention astrology. I stand by it. What I said, though, it's fate. Then what does your fate have in store for you? That face. Funny you should ask, Sensei. I think pretty soon it'll be over for me. Over? Okay. Are we about to get to the weird crap? Why? Because because everything I've tried to hide is going to be exposed to the last person I want to see it. Oh? No music? Oh, are we about to get creepy? Okay, that's actually pretty... Okay, although really, I think they always knew. They just pretended not to see. It seems so weird when I say it out loud. When you say it'll be all over, what do you mean? That's where you decide, Sensei. I can tell, that's my fate, one woman's destiny. But who decided it, God? I don't think I'll know until I die. Feminine intuition isn't a spiritual thing. But if God is the one who decided what was stamped on my DNA, then I suppose it must be him. That zoom in, though. There's like nothing. There's like no sound at all. Baton and I started to see each other more often after that. I want to write. To finish my second book. But why is that? Because I want more girls oohing and ahhing over me? No, it can't be. Praise from a guy with similar tastes would make me just as happy. Then who do I want to impress? Not some cosplayer, for sure. I don't give a shit about a girl who's going to move right onto the skimpiest character design from whatever gacha tops that sells the rankings the next week. But in that case... Oh, gosh. Okay. Hold on to your butts, chat. In our cynicism, we nihilists take the reductionist view of love. If that it's mere biology, a defect of the brain. And what's it a defect but fate at work? I know. The more you interact with someone, the more you fixate on them, the more your mental space they occupy. Once that crosses the threshold, you think about them constantly. If that's all love is, then... Like I let myself believe that in her dreams. I did for a while. There's even been times when, as we take our time, get to know each other and open up enough to understand each other, I've considered letting her in. But that wouldn't help anything. You can't actually share what's in your head. I've been keenly aware of that since I was little. Now I've given up on hope for more. That's not resentment talking, just experience. Say in the moment of madness, I let myself believe and we wound up dating. I'd be stuck in a relationship. Oh, the sound's gone. Where never mind, it's back. Where I pretend I was opening up while hiding the real truth. I know where these things go. I don't need to read Botan's mind to know where the color of her thoughts. Okay, here we go. We have similar sensibilities, I think. In that sense, she's the ideal reader of my work. Or maybe after enough conversations, I'm just convinced myself of that. If I push ahead with this mistake, that would lead to a marriage and children. An unimaginable future for a coward like me. How are the many couples in the world so unafraid of the yawning chasm between two people? In the end, all we do is find safe distance. Toe a line we're too scared to cross. We act like our unattainable conversations bring us a little closer. But one moves forward, the other pulls back, and the gap never shrinks. So I don't have to read her mind. I'm sure she feels the same. Sensei. She's a siren. And we're tempting each other with our songs. I saw you flirting with that cosplayer online, Sensei. How does it feel to see a pretty girl dressed up as someone from your work? She feigns jealousy, gauging the distance yet again. We're equally defective. Both of us try to take the high ground, demanding you first, not me. A pair of cowards. Proton is something a PVZ fansfic character would be named. You're not wrong. There's such a thing as two alike. But you really don't, but you don't really like her, do you, Sensei? You think she's just trying to hitch her wagon to the next big thing. You tell yourself you're too smart to fall for her tricks, so it's okay to let her stroke your ego. I wonder if we're about to get her to kill herself. I think we might. Feminine intuition. Not so different from what I have, perhaps. Maybe not. You'll check her profile to see if she's posted anything new, and every time you look, you'll make up a reason to tell yourself it's okay. I wish she would say it, but I wish she wouldn't say it, but she will. How is that any different from me sitting in the boys' lap at school? Which one of us is biologically superior? Maybe it's both of us. You and me, we can both attract attention from the opposite sex. We're just two peacocks spreading our fans, aren't we? Sensei. Come on, you know I'm right. Yeah, things would be so much easier if we were birds. What are you replying to, Sensei? Does it need to be something in particular? We're already kind of talking by feeling. I mean, it's not like I can make eye contact. Oh, you're psychic, Sensei. Judging by the wicked smile on her lips, she knows exactly what I mean. She's making out like I'm crazy, but only because I blinked first. Okay. Sensei, 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 Sensei. Do you know the parable of the 10 virgins, Sensei? If you call yourself a writer, you must at least have tried to read the Gospels. 10 virgins go out with lamps to see the bridegroom, but half of them forget to bring oil. The foolish ones' lamps go out along the way, and they aren't allowed into the bridegroom's house. The Gospels call the virgins who brought the oil the wise ones. But you know, Sensei, I don't think that's fair. Is it all that wrong to run ahead so eagerly you forget about some greasy old lamp oil? Doesn't that just show your sincerity? I think you still don't really understand me, Sensei. With all your wisdom, the fact that there's no sound whatsoever. I think you've gotten one thing wrong. And we're trying to and all we're trying to do is live with all our might. Spitting in God's eye to revel in being alive and young. I'm the kind of girl who forgets her oil. You know, Sensei, we girls are purer of heart than you think. Sensei, do you remember we dated a horse and got 1 million followers, Sensei? Don't you miss it, Sensei? I know, right? You know, Sensei, I think my fate is almost here. I think she's about to... The question is, will we see it? Yo, it's cracked! We can't choose her anymore! I entered the stream in the middle of the no idea what she's talking about, and that's the entire stream is talking. That's how this entire stream game has gone, talking like that. We didn't see her breaking, but we've broken her path. I think she killed herself, guys. That's what I was picking up. What should we do next? Should we do the bat? The bat, the monkey, the caterpillar, the ring? What should we do? I kind of want to do the bat. That's crazy. No! We can choose her! I just clicked on it by accident. Okay, guys, this is it. This is it. Guys, this is it. GG. This is it, guys. I want you to complete me, Sensei. The artwork name, Tenjiki Botan. Oh, no. Oh, no. By myself, I'm just an unremarkable e-girl. Even in my little corner of the world, I struggle to stand out. But even so, I don't want to just be a girl A. Another face in the crowd you pass by on your way to stardom. Do you ever want to die, Sensei? I do, quite often. Okay, here we go. That's why I cling so fiercely to life. I sit on boys' lap, visit old bookshops in search of myself, go to art house cinemas, all hoping to find something that will make me special. I really do like paintings, you know. See for yourself if I'm lying. I'm sure you can. Then again, you're an artist too. Maybe you don't need to read my mind. Girl A is... Do you know what Girl A is referencing? Girl A was the girl who did the Big N live on... No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Okay, let's see how this goes, guys. When I saw a girl with pearl earrings and wished that could be me, I wasn't trying to put on airs. It really did touch my soul. There and then, I thought, if I can't live like this girl in the painting, life has let me down. Dreaming a bit too big, right? Haha, the mirror ruined my life. When I put it like that, doesn't it sound romantic? What about the rest, you ask? All the depressing books and cult classic movies? A third of it was real, maybe. The rest just me trying to impress you, wanting someone like you to think I have value, to lift me out of the muck. I'm different. I see the sadness in your story, and I want to give it a hug. like an animal crying. As in calling or as in weeping. What's the difference, really? Even that parable from the Gospels, I just quoted it because it's the only part I know. My whole life is like that. What, your work? You want to hear what I really think? Dear me, Sensei. Surely an established author like yourself doesn't care what some silly girl has to say about it. Teehee. Toying with people gives me a little bit of superiority, see? It helps me stave off the desire for death, for time being, while I'm still young. But you wanted to know what I thought. Just assured, your book really did strike a chord with me. I know, I'm just pretending to be cultured, but I'd like to think I do know talent when I see it. Your writing is unique, self-indulgent like nothing else. Nowitzki is too much for me to handle, but I can see why you like him so much, or why you aspire to be him, maybe. But there's an amateur innocence to it too, like you want to throw structure and writing sense out the window and just ask your audience to get it. As naive as a child acting out to get his parents' attention, in a way I can't help but love. I wonder if that's what you were going for. If it wasn't, it makes me want to hug you after all. But I did enjoy it, rough edges and all. Don't worry though, you've got all the talent in you to make a book that sells, but unpolished. You're not as impressive a writer as you think, but that's what I love about you. I'm sure I'll write a masterpiece someday, Sensei. You can transmute your loneliness into art. That's a rare gift, and I'll happily. You know what I think? What if this is her note she's writing to him? Because he's not been saying anything. This is all from her point of view. I'll happily give it to myself. You're a vampire, drinking a young woman's blood and turning it into a prose. I drink my soul, shed your innocence, and tell even more self-indulgent stories that captures even more people's hearts. Play a lot of depressing, disturbing games like this. Does it have any effect on mental health, sleepless nights, nightmares, or anything like this? You should get used to it. I play scary games, not so much like dark, depressing, disturbing games. I mean, DDLC was like along the darker sides, and I do like playing dark games every now and again, but it doesn't necessarily disturb me because I can separate the game from other things. So like, I've learned, like, going through life, learning how to separate. Like I did a lot of theater in college and high school, and I've been able to separate, like, learn how to separate one instance of something from something else and not let it associate things. If that makes a lot of sense. Like, this is really interesting and dark and all, but it's also just a story. It would be no different if I read a dark book about, like, you know, something creepy and crazy. It's an interesting story, but I'm able to, like, have that wall up to not let it crush my soul. I guess I'm lucky, because I know some people can't do that. I think I read that. I might not have read that. I think something bad's about to happen, though. In your story, I can live forever. Okay, here we go. I'm waiting. Oh, I think this is... This CG might be something interesting. Hurt me, Sensei. Torment me. Rip my veneer heart open and peer inside. You can look, Sensei. See all of me. Everything beneath my shallow pretense. And spearhead my blackened started with brutal honesty. I get you, you know, Sensei. I relish this for now. Playing the femme fatale, seducing the naive young writer. Okay, no, it's not what I thought it was. But the day will come when you don't need a fraud like me. That's why I was scared to get closer to you. My sugar daddy and my classmates fawn over me now, but only because I'm young. I'm not like you. I can't sustain myself on blood. I can only watch in terror as my worth dwindles day by day. You don't. I don't need you to tell me what I am. I don't know anything about these people. I'm not going to even try to pronounce it. Darker games can really affect certain people certain ways, and I super understand that. That's why you got to be careful when playing certain things, like especially doing so much content on DDLC and other stuff. And, like, seeing some people's responses and, like, just kind of seeing things makes me think they should have never played the game in the first place. But it's definitely a fine line people have to tread. I couldn't figure out what anyone was saying. I can't tell Chopin from Mozart. I'm just getting by with vague knowledge and guesswork. I've never been clever. Thank goodness you wrote a light novel, Sensei. If it had been anything more challenging, I would have never have been brave enough to reach out. I tried so hard to be intriguing enough to catch your eye, but that was the beginning of my downfall. I could tell you were a true genius. That instinct again, down there at the bottom of the food chain, were alert to predators, and I quickly realized you could swallow me whole. Um, you know this one is something of a book called No Longer Human. Same thing. Nihilus suffered throughout childhood. Eventually, ooh, interesting. They fuel interest thoughts and is careful in choosing. Yeah, you need. I would say, yeah, definitely. If that's how things are, I think you should definitely stay very more careful. I would just do a little bit of research into the games before you play them. A game like so we're talking about games earlier. The You, Me, and Her is a dark game, but it's not like a game to where like it's not like this type of dark. It's a whole different type of dark. Like I think that game wouldn't be more unless you don't like gold, like bloody stuff. Then it's not a game for you. But it's not so much of a depressing dark as in a oh my gosh, what's going on type dark. It's very interesting. It's very visceral. I need to read that, Mona. And I read the Human Share story. I actually need to read that too. I read that. Writers have the strangest power, Sensei, so you really look at me in the eye. But when I do catch you staring at me, it feels like my heart is about an open book. Soon I realized that you already knew everything I had to hide. It felt like fate. I knew judgment was coming sooner or later. I know better than anyone how shallow I really am. Society isn't lenient enough to let a pseudo-intellectual jade like me live, but it's not like kind enough to give me a beautiful end either. I spent every day feeling so inferior I could die. I was so glad to find something real. I knew at once that you were going to kill me. The certainty swept through my DNA and scrambled my brain before my heart could even think of love. Finally, I would be free. I found my fate. I'd never been so happy. So there it is, the whole truth. Or at least the part that I can testify to in my own awkward words. But I'm sure you can read and drag it out more than that. She's writing him a note. Kill me, Sensei. I should save more, chat. Do your worst and make me complete. Oh, snap! Okay. Oh, we're guys. Oh, no. Oh, snap! Why are we being mean all of a sudden? Okay, we have to. I think we have to choose them. What if we could just? That's interesting. If I right click, they. Weird. I need to right click more. I don't know what that does. Yeah, it's the guy from the beginning. I wonder if there's a way to save them. Like maybe if we just close the game out. We can't. Unless we force it out. You can't think of any way to become a tragic hero and have dying. You're just a weakling who never put the work in. By steeping yourself in self-pity like that, you're papering over your own nothingness all over again. You barely have an opinion of your own. You've never once believed your own taste was right. Oh my gosh. Why are we being mean all of a sudden? That's why I envied you. Rather than regret selling your body, you single-mindedly hunt for chances to make everyone pity you for having had no choice. That's how little value you place on yourself. You mustn't say that to anyone but me. A low-grade animal who consoles herself at night after night on the thrill of being validated by unremarkable men. Okay, hold on to your butts, chat. I think it's about to get... It hurts. In the end, you can't even kill yourself alone, so you drag others in. A worthless background character of a woman. What's the... Why are we being... Like, what? Why are we doing this? I know she wanted us to, but still... Sensei, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. No one has ever pulled my guts out like this. Oh, we're getting the Sayori swing out, guys. And now this is goodbye. Brace yourselves. Please, Sensei, capture this moment in the photograph. That's right, just like that. No, you don't need to show me. I already know I look the most beautiful I've ever been. I'm going to be your story now. I don't need to see any more of reality. Just promise me you'll take me out and look at me from time to time, frozen in eternity. I'll just wait for your new book down in hell, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you for passing on the story of my life. Thank you for letting me end it as a curious character in your tale. Just one last thing, Sensei. Let me lay a curse on you before I go. Sensei, I loved you like no one ever will. It's not going to probably show it. Or it might. It shows it! Oh, no. Okay. Bye. Oh. That thing hanging from a rope is no fairy tale princess, but the corpse of a woman grown, her legs streaked with her mouth bubbling with froth, her eyeballs bulging from their sockets, her grotesque death mask a far cry from beautiful. I mean, that would happen. Like, your bladder releases when you die. She wanted to die, she said so herself. Since she had gone as far as freaking YouTube's gonna love this stream, by the way. As far as you could. Then again, it's been a hot minute, so maybe it won't even notice this cool society rather than watch yourself decay. Oh, if only Eli was here. We found Eli's favorite character. I need to tell him. We wanted to preserve her beauty at Zenith. She wanted this. I know, right? This is, I just gave her what she asked for. All she wanted was for me to write about her. She told me so. So this was fine, right? Me, a vampire? Don't make me laugh. And excuse my writing for having rough edges. Don't you know creators are innocent babes? Pretty rude for someone who calls herself my #1 fan girl. Can I really drink a soul? She's very dehydrated, by the way. And he just did not give a flying fart. Is that the end of the game? Nope. Oh, hello, sister. We're back. Welcome back, Oni-chan. Hey, Sahana. Oni-chan, there's blood on your lip. What happened? Nothing much. Got surprised and bit my lip, that's all. You look like Dracula. Since when did I write to feed off others? I thought I was writing my own salvation. They're the same thing. When other people don't exist in your mind, there's no distinction between yourself and others. That's all just you. You drink your own blood so you can write to save yourself. You know, I never really thought it was good enough to be a writer. I'm faking it till I make it, just like everyone else. Something flashed? Yeah, I didn't see what it was. If somebody wants to try to find it. Struggling with your identity as part of being a writer. Oni-chan, writers live to test their worth against the manuscript. They sit down and let their pens decide whether they're worthy to create. You're talking like a real note-off of someone who's never written a word. Anyways, I feel ready to write the best sophomore effort the world's ever... Wait. I feel like ready to write the best sophomore effort the world has ever seen. Just you watch. I bet it'll get an anime. You were really determined, Oni-chan. All bursting with energy, like you just gotten over a broken heart. I'm sure it'll write something you're gonna be proud of. A broken heart, you think? I'm not interested in love. I'm married to my art. Okay. I want to tell you what my next book's going to be about. Go ahead. I'm always here for you, Oni-chan. So the female lead is a sexy villainess who tries to seduce the protagonist, but then she starts to realize she's just a part of the story. I like it. I'm sure it'll make a great book. Good luck, Sensei-to-be. What's wrong, Oni-chan? You were crying out in your sleep. He is the worst. He's not a good person. Yo, that's him! We can see his face! Well, move me for a second. Wrong thing. I do that every single time. There you go, chat. Are you suffering? Are you sad? You look like you have regrets. You don't usually toss and turn like this. You are thrashing about like a man possessed. Is that going to be the end? Did we find an ending? Nope. It's not over. We can't click on hers anymore. We're going to do this to everybody, guys. We're going to do it to everybody. Someone who lived by a vampire race isn't surprising to me. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Okay, guys. What next? We got the ring, which we know is the parents because of Mona. We have the bat, the monkey. You want the bat? We're going to do the bat and the caterpillar. What we're going to do is we're going to save the bat for the next stream, which will be on Wednesday. But we can do the bat next. Let's just click it and save. So I guess we're going to go through and just ruin everybody's lives. And that'll be how the stream, that'll be how the game ends. The caterpillar is Sahana. Critics are men who watch a battle from a high place and come down and shoot the survivors. Ernest Hemingway. Critics. I wonder if that's Gloom and Doom guy from the Literature Club. I bet it is. Save. Save. We're just gonna keep you right there. I saved on the wrong one, guys. Okay, we're gonna call that. Let's go to the title. Also, I can hide. I need to remember to hide to get some good screenshots. The screen changed, guys. Screen changed. Can we still pat? Head pat? Anything new happening? White, almost translucent. So, okay, it's all the same. I feel like this... Gazing into sister's eyes. You gotta go to sleep later, man. Oh, I'm ending it too soon in a second. Large and round. So deep I could fall into them. Stare. When you're looking at me, Oni-chan, I'm looking at you too. Someday we might not even know who's looking at whom. The boundary between us might just fade away. We'll melt together, you and me. Uh-oh. Okay, then. Okay, we don't... It's not too terribly many. We got a lot unlocked. We also... all the... Wait. Where is it? Where? Wait for it. Is that supposed to be like that? It is not! Okay. No, the original title screen, the original did not have the blood. It did not have that. And also, originally you could touch this, like you could go here and like head pat her, but the eye thing was definitely not normal. Like being able to touch her eye, like gaze into her sister's eyes. You could only touch her hair. So let's just go back so we can go back to the screen. I have a feeling like every time we... I wonder if every time we beat... Like, I think we did technically see an ending. I think we saw something. Like, I wonder if that was considered an ending, because this is different. Normally, title screens don't change unless something significant happens. I mean, obviously something significant happened. But we'll obviously load back into here and see what else we can do. Who else we can make their lives ruined. But that's going to be it for today. You can touch Mario's face. Yeah, I agree. I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'm helping my friend and fellow YouTuber Boot Duke doing a recording for some achievement run of his. And then I'll be streaming on Wednesday and probably Thursday of this game. We'll have to see. We got through an entire, I believe, segment within like 2 hours. And I feel like we'll be even faster now since we've gotten through the first little bit and we kind of get an idea of how it's going to go. Anyways, it's an interesting game. I have a feeling... I'm hoping we learn why he acts the way he does, because it's definitely interesting. Like, the way he talks and the people are talking aren't normal. But obviously, like, the way this, like, that ended was also not normal. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely some kind of weird secret and twist in the game that we gotta find out. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Thanks for hanging out, guys. If you're new, subscribe. We play spooky games. And I see you in the next one. Bye.